most high. All praises to the most high. Give them all praises, give them all praises. Where the fuck am I going? Who the hell could I be? All this time I've been lost. Vessel trapped in the sea. Chains holding my legs. I just wanna be free. Fist picking my throat. Hell yeah, they know it. Heritage keep going. You can see it in my phenotypes and that damn Indian showing. This knowledge keeping me steady. 45 on my hip and my armor man stay ready. I hit the streets in my Chevy. Pluck, pluck. Burn this much smoking, good man, here you go, I got plenty. Prayers up for what's in it. In the land I lost many. Cause every nigga ain't feeling. And every man ain't willing. No D-Bows but spelling. No heroes for my family. Why the pigs killing us daily. Invader, this is for the invader. Invader, sitting on the invader. All praise to the most high. All praise to the most high. All praise to the most high. Give them all praises, give them all praises. Invader, this is for the invader. Invader, sitting on the invader. All praise to the most high. All praise to the most high. All praise to the most high. Give them all praises, give them all praises. Where the fuck you come from? Kidnapping our babies. 11 million abortions. Whole country is scorched. Ain't stealing my fortune. Bitch, give me my land back. We ain't signed no contracts. Why you wasting all of our trust funds? We don't know who your dad is, but we know who your kid is. Take the food off of my plate. Leave that shit with my folks. Motherfucking invader. Invader. This is for the invader. Invader. Sitting on the invader. All praises to the most high. All praises to the most high. All praises to the most high. Give them all praises. Give them all praises. Invader. This is for the invader. Invader. Sitting on the invader. All praises to the most high. All praises to the most high. All praises to the most high. Give them all praises. Give them all praises. Hey ya. 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 All praises to the most high. All praises to the most high. All praises to the most high. Give them all praises. Give them all praises. Invader. This is for the invader. Invader. Sitting on the invader. Invader. This is for the invader. Invader. Sitting on the invader. Invader. This is for the invader. Invader. Sitting on the invader. All praises to the most high. All praises to the most high. All praises to the most high. Give them all praises. Give them all praises. Hey ya. 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 Peace, peace, peace. Now rocking with your brother Ahanu, aka 81, a Tonsiless one. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Been a minute since our last build. Shout out to all the Aborigines, North, South, conjoining islands, and the brothers and sisters who was taken across seas as well. Places like England, even Africa. Shout out to all the brothers and sisters though. All right, let's get right into this. All right, the last build I had probably about a little over a month ago. We left off. We had a big blow up about the Moors and some other things as well, right? So I just wanted to start this video off because you know what, I had to like re-examine some things. So me myself, and I could see why a lot of Aborigines are upset with the Moors, because you know, to me, if you don't understand it, it's like another level of Pan-Africanism, because everybody tell you everybody was a Moor. He was a Moor, he was a Moor, he was a Moor. And a lot of people has a problem with that, which I can clearly understand. So, I mean, as far as any um misunderstandings me and the other Tanchans have, we good. We don't have no misunderstanding. You know what I'm saying? Far as, like I said, I'm not no member of no MST America. I'm not. None of my descendants are from Tunisia or what. Then again, we're gonna get into some other things, because it's beyond that. It's beyond the North Africa thing. It's beyond that. I don't have no ancestors from over aboard. All my ancestors are Tanchans to this land right here, and that's from Canada to Argentina, but particular in North America. So when I use that term once again, because we're gonna be going into some things today. All right, it's been a long time. I ain't give y'all a good bill. Hopefully, this will be something decent. I've been building with a brother. I mentioned who I've been building with lately. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been listening to me, but I've had to, like I said, I've had to really humble myself and be willing to learn more. All right. So with that being said, all right. So you got Canaanite Moors trolling Chief Holiday and trolling the rest of the Aborigines, and keep saying that we're Moors, right? And I understand why people is upset with niggas like him. You know what I'm saying? Because they never give you the understanding of who the fuck, what is a Moor, and who was the Moors, and which one was the good Moors and which one was the bad Moors. Because you got a lot of Moors that claim bad Moors. And then people look in the history, and people be like, man, these people did what they did to us. All right. So I'll be making a kind of a understanding, because understand this, right? Um Shout out to the brother, man, who I've been studying with, man. Um Pointing out some things that I never really even looked at this shit like this. I ain't gonna lie to you. I never even really even examined it. You know what I'm saying? The brother who I rock with, he don't fuck with the Moors at all. All right. But me, myself, you know what I'm saying? I'm my own individual. And, you know what I'm saying? Certain individuals, I definitely have gratitude for bringing me out of darkness. Whether or not, I had to achieve some levels of understanding myself by reading and trying to like piece and put stuff back together. Um, I always give gratitude to people, you know what I'm saying, that I learned from. All right. So understand this, right? So, brother pointed out to me the Byzantine Empire, right? And this is all going to come full circle back to slaves and Slavs and all this shit, right? So, the Byzantine Empire, I always heard about them, never really did any in-depth research into them, you know what I'm saying, outside of what I've read. And, I just thought it was another branch of what we consider the Roman Empire, right? But it wasn't. I mean, it was actually the Roman Empire, but these motherfuckers was Moors. The people that came over here under the doctrine of discovery, the doomed devices, the doomed devices was all Moors. These was black Romans. Now, when we look in the Iberian Peninsula, right? So we know, you see the Roman Empire disappear. And then these other empires come out of it. You got the Constantinobles, you got the Ottomans, you got the Ottomans, you got the Constantinobles, and then you got the Byzantine Empire. These are all black people who basically are a branch of the Roman Empire and basically are studying or are Christians. These are basically the Catholicism and the Christians, right? So now what do we got? So then we got other Moors that's in Spain and Portugal, right? That's practicing Islam, that's also practicing Hebraic practices. This is a fact, right? Now, Let me share my screen real quick. Let's go to something real quick. All right, so let me share my screen real quick. Let me see something. All right, so check this shit out. This shit gonna come full circle because I ain't understand this myself. I'm keeping it 100 with you. Even up to this point in time, I didn't clearly understand it. I still was like kind of straddling on the fence or whatever. And like I said, I understand now why people have problems with the Moors, man, because you got people who don't clear it up. They make it seem like it's a religious organization. You know what I'm saying? If you're not part of it, you know what I'm saying? There's this other brother, his name PF Truth or something. He made a video about the Washington Empress saying he thought she was a man, and just some real joke shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, this is where people going with this shit, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is where you going. And then he kept saying, well, oh, she's not like, she don't worship Drew Ali. Well, guess what? A lot of people don't worship Drew Ali. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't worship him. Even so, your so-called temple Moors don't even worship Drew Ali. So why would Drew Ali, you know what I'm saying, figure he came with information that was trying to, whether it was correct or whether it wasn't correct, trying to give people some type of form of acceptance other than Negro, black, and colored. And whether or not you believe he existed or you didn't believe it, because you got people don't believe he existed, some people, however it go, however it go, the energy that I got from him was the find a nationality, and it's no to me, it's no such thing as no Moorish American, because Moor is you're more and you're an American, because Moor will be a descriptive term. The Moors that we assembled, the Moors in Spain, and these are black people. The only reason why these niggas saying they Moors because they don't use the term black. They're black, oh, these are black Spanish or black Portuguese or black Romans or black Greek. But they don't use that term, so they're like, oh, these are Moors. So people get that shit mixed up because they don't use the word Moor. And we don't assume that none of these empires are black people. We don't even think the people who came here and did what they did to us look just like us, because they always the face man is always the white man. He's always the front man. But to tell you the truth, man, the white man was the Slav, the slave. The whole entire race of people was enslaved. And that's all of them. They try to make you think that the Slavs was just, these Slavic people from Romania, from Rome. I mean, I ain't gonna say Rome, from Russia and all of them countries up there. It was the Germans as well. They was all Slavs. You understand what I'm saying? So the Byzantines enslaved these people. But these were also people who was living in the Iberian Peninsula. You know, when they tell you, it was Moors in Sicily and Italy and all that, these are people who was part of the Byzantine Empire. And at some point in time, they started clashing with the Moors that was in Andalusia. So see, people look at the Moors that was in Spain and think they was the ones that came. No, it was the Christian Moors that came over. And I'm not trying to make no argument for anybody. I'm just trying to give people a greater understanding to something that I understood. Maybe it's people out there who understand this, but I didn't understand this shit myself because I was always looking at this shit. I never looked at it like that. Until the brother did the bill on the Byzantine Empire, he's like, no. And he's showing us the Iberian Peninsula, which is north. The Iberian Peninsula, okay, that's North Africa, because that all that in the area right there is where you find Tunisia at, where they considered where the Phoenicians was at. So in this one area right here, even though the Phoenicians came from America, Hebrew came from America, Arabic came from the Americas, okay? Arabic came from the Americas, man. Everything started in the Americas, man. Put it like that. Everything started in the Americas. Everything. Everything started in the Americas. Everything. Phoenician, Hebrew, Arab, all Latin, all of that shit started right motherfucking here where we're at. But they hit you with the tap you on the left side of the shoulder and how you look that way, and then motherfucker go on the right side of you. You understand what I'm saying? Which they were sending you back to Africa, right? or telling us that we're from Africa, right? So look, let me show y'all something, right, that people don't even know, right? And this is something I just learned last night, fucking around, right? So we're gonna go into. I'm gonna play a video too of brother Hakeem. All right, so look, so colonization, right? And I never knew this. I never even looked at this term. Look, check this shit out, y'all. Colonization, right? It say the act or possession of colonizing, right? A state of being a colony. It say 1758, a noun, the act of colonized. No, the action from colonize. In U.S. history, the movement for assisting immigration of free blacks to Africa for the formation of colonies there. The American Colonization Society organized in December 1816, hence colonizationists. One who favors colonizing of emancipated slaves or free blacks of some other place. Okay, now it don't say blacks that came from Africa and was sent back. It say, look, the word colonizing, it say in U.S. history, the movement for assisted immigration of free blacks to Africa for the formation of colonies. Now, we was told that it was colonies here well before 1758, right? But why is the etymology of the term popping up in 1758? And why is it not referring to bringing people from Africa and bring them to America? Why is it telling you the movement for assisted immigration of free blacks to Africa? Okay? Okay, let's take a look at that. Okay, now we're gonna go back into the more thing, but take a look at this, right? It say in U.S. history, the movement for assisting immigration of free blacks to Africa for the formation of colonies there. Let me see what y'all guys saying in this chat room. Let me see what you guys saying. Mm-hmm. Now listen, look, American, look. The Moors came from Europe. Look, man, whatever you want to say. If you want to say that the term Moor originated in Europe or was created in Europe, if you want to say that, okay, I maybe I might agree with you because I don't have enough information to prove that neither, right? But because I still think that the word more has some connection to the continent more for some reason. And I'm gonna reserve that until I find at least until I don't find the information or I do find the information. But for some reason in my psyche, being as though now that I know that there's a continent called Mu, I'm thinking that the Mu and U is one of the vowels, A-E-I-O-U. Mu could have became Mo, which Mo could have became more. So I don't know. I'm not a linguistic. I look at etymology, but it's a lot of stuff that we still don't know. Okay. Now, like I said, now the thing that had me think about this is right because I watched this video that Con Drop put together, right? And it's basically it's a cartoon, and it's in a cartoon. There's a person from Egypt. There's a person from the continent of Mu, and there's a person from the continent of Atlantis. The little boy from Atlantis is a little white boy, but in the video, what he's saying is it's a conflict between Moors. Now, this Con Drop video. He's an Aborigine, okay? He put this video together, and I'm sitting here watching this shit, and I'm like, so the little boy Mu got dreads in his head, and they keep calling him Mu. They keep calling, and they never. I'm sitting there watching this shit like this shit is crazy, yo. So back to the Moors thing, okay? You know how you hear about the Moors in Spain and Portugal, right? Them are not the same Moors, the Christian Moors, and I'm gonna show you this in a minute. Okay, the Christian Moors actually is the ones that put them out. They was the ones that sent them back because a lot of them so-called Moors or blacks that was over in the Iberian Peninsula that came from Spain or came from Portugal came over here after their conflict with the Christians. They came over here. Now, some people say some of them was originally from here. And we left from here and went over there and built stuff over there, told them, because remember, the number zero was founded in America. Okay, if the number zero was founded in America, some people say it was founded in other places outside of America. Okay, but we know it was founded in America, right? So let's stop kidding ourselves. That means mathematics was found in America too, because that must mean that these structures here are first. If not, they are here first. And that must mean that people from here went out and taught people in other places. This is a fact, yo. This is a fact. The whole time they got us thinking America was a wilderness, and America, America's a wilderness. And I don't know what happened that rocked us to sleep to where we ain't forget, where we just woke up and I don't know what happened. Some people say the Great Madrid earthquake. Some people say it was a mudslide. I don't know. But the science, when you really study it, they're not saying that the number zero was founded in West Africa. They're not saying that the number zero was founded in sub-Saharan Africa or South Africa. They're not saying none of that shit. They only said it was founded in Egypt. And we got connections to prove that people from here went over to Egypt and built that shit, as well as all of the structures that you find. Because it's so funny that Egypt and all of that shit is all in damn near in the Iberian Peninsula. If you look up Egypt, look at Sudan, all of that shit is in that same area right there where you find Italy, Rome, Greece, France, Spain, Portugal. You find all of that shit all up in that same little area right there. Okay? You find all of that shit up in that same area right there. But when you really break it down, you got two different empires. You got an empire that practiced Christianity. Then you got another empire. Because what I notice is that the so-called Hebrews stuck with the Arabic Moors. Because if you've read anything about Spain and Portugal, you will see that it was Hebrews and Arab, the Moors that spoke Arabic, that they was like hanging together. And it was the Christians that came in there and pushed them out. But when people study the Moors of Europe, they just think they can throw them all up in one tool. A nigga will show you an image of a black knight over there, and they be like, yeah, man, that's a Moor right there. That's the same nigga who came over here and did what he did to us over here. Because them are the same people who has something to do with the doctrine of discovery. The Christians, what did they say? What did the doctrine of discovery say? Do we need to pull it up? Let's see if I have it. Let me see if I have it up. Let me see something. Let me pull it up real quick. Let's see what the doctrine of discovery says. Just give me 1 second because this was up for a minute. Let me reload it. All right. Let me see something. Because this, I want an overview. I don't want to read all of this shit. But when you track all this shit down, it's going to come right back to the Byzantine Empire. When you track down these paper bulls and you start seeing, it's going to come all back to the Byzantine Empire. They the Black Romans. These are the Black Romans. See, we looking at the Romans, and the so-called Arabic Moors as All of these motherfuckers are all what we consider to be, we could say, all right, let's take the word more. Let's say that they're all blacks. They're all black people, right? Let's say that the Romans, the Greeks, all these niggas are all blacks. Okay, all black people. We ain't got to even use recognize today as a black person. That's what the Romans and the Greeks and even the people who was over, like I said, I mean that was in Spain and Portugal as well, right? Hold on, let me see something. This ain't giving me what I'm looking for. Let me see something. Hold up. Let me get out of here. Let me go back to here. Let me see something. Give me a second, because I ain't had this up here for a minute. I actually wanted to do this build a couple of days ago. Let me put in 14. What was it? 1400s. No, hold up. Let me see something. Hold up. Let me just go. Let me see if I can find a regular one right here. Just wait for that to load up. All right, let me see if it's going to give us the one we're looking for. Hold up. This ain't. Hold on, let me see something. All right, but look. You see the seals, right? It's the most distinctive cat, and I don't even fuck with Wikipedia like that, but just for this purpose right here, right, just to show you something. It say the most distinctive characteristics of the bull was the metal seal, which was usually made of lead, but on very solemn occasions were made of gold, as those on the Byzantine imperial instrument often were. See Golden Bull. Now look, it just told you the Byzantine Empire. Now check this out. Let me see something. Because this is not. Let me see something. No, let me go back out. Hold up. Let me go back out real quick because I want to show y'all something. All right, so we're going to go to the list. Let's go to the list of them. Let's see if we can find it. I think it's 1454. Look, you see all of the people who applying these so-called bulls are all like part of the Christian or Catholic Church, right? And you see that they were speaking Latin, right? Now let's go down. Let's go all the way down. This one, the Doom Devices. Here it go, right here. Boom. Now look, the Doom Devices is now just said what the Byzantine Empire, right? It says the Doom Devices is a papal bull issued on 18th June 1452 by Pope Nicholas V. Now this was a nigga, okay? So this definitely was a nigga. It say it authorized Alfonso V of Portugal to conquer the Saracens and the pagans and consign them to perpetual servitude. Okay, now when you read the other one, it tells you to conquer all 9 Christian nations, right? But then look, check this out. Look, check this out. Look, it's saying background. It's saying by the summer of 1452, the Ottoman Sultan Mahmed II, it's saying had completed the I can't pronounce that. It's saying fortress on the western, on the western or European side of the Bosporus, located 7 miles from the Constantinople. It commanded the narrow west part of Bospora. the Byzantine Emperor Constantine, the whatever this Roman numeral is saying wrote to Pope Nicholas for help. It's saying issued less than a year before the fall of Constantinople. Now these are still Romans, okay? The Byzantine Empire, the Constantinople, these are all Romans. It's saying in 1453, it's saying the bull may have in turn into their whatever. It's saying to become another crusade against the Ottoman Empire, right? Now the Ottoman Empire is kind of funny, but I think they still had some connection. Now, even though the build I was on a couple of days ago was saying that the Ottomans are the Christians and the Romans, but they're not. These are people who practice Islamism, or whatever you want to call it, Arab, whatever. But the Constantinobles and the Byzantine Empire are the Romans. And these are the people who was warring with the ones that was in Spain, Portugal, right? Now look, it's saying of Portugal responded to call a papal bull. It's saying for aid against the Turks. It's saying that Pope Nicholas V agreed to support the Portuguese claim regarding the territory of Africa. Now we know it wasn't Africa, okay? We know it wasn't Africa. If anything, they're talking about maybe what we call Tunisia, or what they call the term Africa. But remember, Alfonso V is a Negro. These are all black people. Constantine was a Negro. All of these are all fucking black people, okay? And these the Roman and the Greek Empire was Negroes. Because they're all in the same fucking area. Now check this out, right? Let me see something. This one. Let me see. Let me go this one. Let's go this one right here. Let's let this load up a little bit. All right. So let me see. All right, let me get out of here. Let me go back here. Oh, give me a second, y'all. I'm looking for something particular. That's not on this page. No, that's not on this page. Niggas, hold on, what the fuck? It's in Europe. My bad. Let me go back out. Because I know see something. Thought it'd be a little easier to navigate it, but sometimes, like once you get on it, you got to go back out. So just bear with me, y'all. But this history, whatever I'm teaching right now, it has a lot to do with whatever happened here, because I think that the people who was guarding the Americas was these people who was in that Iberian Peninsula. Because it's so funny that after that shit fell out there, these people came here and was able to come here and do what they did to us. You know what I'm saying? But what you see, what the fuck is going on with this shit? Let me reload this. Hold up. My bad, y'all. This shit's taking a little longer than I thought it was going to take. Keep saying not secure. What the fuck is going on with this shit? So, there you go, right here. Bam. All right, right here. So Black Germany, right? It say the history of the Black Holy Roman Empire, right? All right. Hold on, I think I was just on this page. Hold on 1 second. All right, so look, you see these? Well, let me see something. Hold up. Nah, this ain't the same page I was on. Let me go back. I think, hold on, let me see something. All right, so when we start dealing with all this shit right here, right? So now look. All right, this is where I want to start right here. Even though I can go back a little further, I'm going to go backwards. All right, so look. So the history of the Black Holy Roman Empire. Now, like I said, and his website is not 100% right. None of us has everything 100% right. But what I'm trying to give y'all is a greater understanding to what took place or what our understanding is. Because, like you said, when you talk to a lot of these brothers who call themselves Moors, they just throw a lot of these terms. Oh, that was a Moor, that was a Moor. They would tell you, like, even when we look at these brothers right here, look, we look at this guy right here, look, a Roman coin, right? Now you look, oh shit, this was a Moor, but this is a Roman. The Romans are the motherfuckers who came here and did what they did to us, right? Now some niggas just say, "Oh, this he's a mulatto." I don't know. He looked like a cracker to me. Um, okay, here we go. We got a nigga right here, right? Now he part of where he from. It's saying albino people. But it's saying, hold on, let me see something. You go down. I'm saying Black Knight. Saying painted. What's the name? Saying Holy Cross. It's saying yeah, beardless Holy Roman Emperor. All right, so they saying he's a beardless Holy Roman Emperor. So look, this is another motherfucker who came here and did what they did to us, right? So let me see. So showing you more. This is Emperor Charles and whoever. He look like a cracker. Okay, that's what they showing you. Let me see. Now look, he's saying this is the real one right here. Now look, these are black people right here. Now look, it's saying Charles V, Holy Roman Emperor, right, and his third wife Anna. Right now, look, these are niggas. That's a nigga right there, right? Now, even when you look at this right here, it shows you. It shows you. What I think what they did was these niggas enslaved or brought these Europeans to that area to be workers or whatever the fuck they was trying to do with these people, right? I think some of them got civilized and maybe started having some type of compassion for their other people. Because even when you look the word slave up, right? Let's go to the word slave real quick. Even when you look the word slave up, it tells you right in here. See Slough. So using secondary sense because of the so many Sloughs sold into slavery by conquering people, right? But like I said, a brother put me on this part right here. Now I kind of always looked at this part right here and knew this part right here, right? But this part right here is the part that I never really paid too much attention to, right? It's saying the oldest written history of the Slavs can be shortly summarized. It's saying Merid is saying and slave hunts. It's saying and the entrowment of entire people. Okay, it's saying the entire people. It ain't say some of them. It says the entire people, right? It say the Slavs was most prized of human goods with their increased strength outside his marshy land of origin, hardened to the utmost against all privations, industrious, saying content with little good humor and cheerful. He's saying he filled the slave market of Europe, Asia, and Africa. It must be remembered that for every Slavic slave who reached his destination, at least 10 succumbed to inhuman treatment during the transport during the transport and to the heat of the climate. Okay, now it's saying that they couldn't even travel in the heat, right? So it's telling you right here who they talking about when they even talk about the word slaves. And you got motherfuckers out here saying they descendants of slaves, man. You know what I'm saying? The concept is wonderful. It's wonderful for Black Americans here to have something for them, but their how you want to say, their acknowledgement shouldn't come from a situation that we may think like, all right, slavery wasn't a good situation, whether it happened for Black people or happened for white people, all right? Unless you the person who benefiting from the whatever what was going on. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, when you look at slavery, you should never say your history started from that. That slavery ain't no different than the crack era. If you believe that happened, existed to us. You understand what I'm saying? You can't say, all right, well, because of the crack era, American descendants of crack, whatever you want to call them, of the crack era, American descendants of the crack era. Why would you use one terminology or one era to define your existence on this planet? You understand what I'm saying? When you wrong about it, no one ever even looked the word slave up. Somebody told you was a slave. You went with the term, that you went with the idea that you was a slave, and you never did your own personal research on it. You never, you got all these little itty bitty glasses, fucking how you say be having them fucking smoker jackets on, Black people who be thinking they all sophisticated, like, yeah, well, we know slavery was we know when, man, shut the fuck up, nigga. You learned that from a cracker who told you, who reinvented history in the 1900s, nigga, and everything you know came from them. Everything you know is eugenics. Just like we went over the other night. Well, we ain't go over it, but I was somewhere where we went over it. And eugenics is all this pseudoscience shit, yo. Eugenics is the most pseudoist of all pseudoscientists of science, period. That's what eugenics. So most of us was taught by people who study eugenics, man. And their mind state is what basically puts you in the mind. Now check this out. I got a video real quick. Let's see this video real quick. Give me a second. I want to see something. Let me see. Which one should I go? No, let me open another one up. And that's the thing. People never clarify, and people make the whole, if you got to be part of some religious institution to even say that you are more, or most people mind is programmed that too, to where if you say you're more, people got three identifications of when you say you're more. Either you came from Spain, either you was a more from North Africa, or you part of the MSTA of America. They never even acknowledge the fact that, yeah, it was a synonym. They forget that, it was a synonym for any dark-skinned person. They forget that person and think that you have to be part of a religious organization, or you have to just identify with the fact that they was calling people Moors here. I identify with that fact. I identify with it because I've studied. Whether it was a nigga could call you a dog. Does that negate the fact that they wasn't calling you that? Now, whether or not the nigga was like, yo, don't fucking call me that. But we got demonstrations. We even like I said, when you even look in Black Knight and they calling him that for a reason. And he like, nah, what the fuck is this? It shows you in Black Knight. It shows you in the movie with Martin Lawrence. Even though he rejecting it, they still calling him that. And we don't even know, like I said, I guess it was a term at one point in time where, over there they refer to people as, I don't know what they was referring to people. I don't know. All I know is I get a lot of, they wasn't using the word white like that to identify the so-called, I guess, fuck it, the Slavics. Let's say the Slavics, man. Fuck it, let's say the Slavics, man. Let's talk about the Slavics. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Let me see something. Let me see something. All right. I lost my train of thought. Sorry about that, y'all. Let me see something real quick. All right. I'm looking for one particular part. Let's excuse this part right here, but I'm looking for one particular. Hold up. I can't find the ship part when they got them on the ships as slaves and shit. Hold up. Matter of fact, no. Let me see something. Do it show shit right here. Let me see. Hold up. No prize was more treasured, more blood-stained than the bell of Byzantium that held half the gold in all the world in one piece. Where is the bell? I don't know. Perhaps under flashes deformity. And look, I just want to just show you or give you an idea of what I think what happened and what brought the Europeans here. Because I think once the Christians took over, they sent a lot of these Slavs that they had over there, whether they was prisoners or whatever condition they had them in, they sent them over here. And remember, all of them kingdoms became Christians. Even the British, all of them, even Portugal and Spain. Once they pushed the Moors that was practicing Islamism out, they all became either Catholic or Christian states. Right. I just wanted to play this shit right here. This shit is funny though. It shows you how these people was enslaved, man. I'm looking for the part, man, when they on the shit, man. Oh, let me see something. Let me see something. Let me let me see. Let me see if it's this part right here. Look, and this shit right here, all these white people they showing you are slaves, man. They trying to say that they Vikings, but this nigga enslaved them and shit. But this is, look, all these niggas is slaves, and it's another scene. They not even showing the scene when they was enslaved, when he was talking to them like he was talking real slick to them and shit. Oh no, I think it's right here. I think it's this part right here. It's this part right here. Yeah, it's right here. Hold up. Even though they're not gonna show it. Let me see. Hold up. Let me see. Let me see. Hold up. It's this same right here, man. It's the same past this right here when he be showing them they be rowing a ship and shit and they be getting whipped. They be getting whipped on the back. Yeah, I can't even find the fucking I can't even find this shit. But go check the movie out though. You get a chance though. It's called The Long Ship with Sidney Poitier, and it shows how the so-called Slavs was enslaved. Right. So you go back. It tells you. It says the slaves can be shortly summarized. Sam read the slave hunts and the entrallment of entire people. Okay, it's saying entire people. Now it's saying that it's not saying a condition. It's not saying a condition. It's saying the entire fucking people, right? Look, now, I think on a larger platform I had to show because the brother went over this shit. And I've went over the word slave, but like I said, I never really got into the second part and I never actually pulled up real images of a slave. Now it's saying pictures of Slavic people, right? It's saying pictures of Slavic people, right? So you go back here, let's go see Slavs. Let's see what happened when we click on Slav. Now look, check this out. Look. See Slav, 14th century, medieval Latin. It's saying from Byzantine Greek, okay? It's saying from the old church of Slovenia, a Slavonic, whatever, Slavonic. It's saying probably related to Slavo. It's saying word speech would suggest the name originally identified a member of a speech community compared to old church Slavic Nimiska, whatever, German, related to the Nemo, dumb. It's saying Greek Heratophanes, whatever. It's saying foreign, literally a different voice. It's saying all right, so you go down right here to the boom. It's saying identification with Slav and personal names such as Russian. It's in literally peaceful fame or whatever. All right, but up here it shows you, it tells you pretty much that it come from the Slavic. It's saying old Slavic. Saying it come from the word Slavonic. It's saying from Byzantine Greek, right? Now, so these are what the Slavic people look like, right? Now, if you ask yourself, now they would tell you that these are Russian, right? But is this little girl any different from a German? Does she look any different from a German or any different from what's the other? A Russian, a German, Lithuanian, what's that other country, man? Start with a P. I can't think of the name of it right now. But they all look the same. These are all Slavics was the whole entire white people, right? And that's the whole reason, right? That's the whole reason. Let me see something. What's this? No, let me go back here. Let me see something. Let me go back down. Oh. Give me a second, y'all. I'm looking for something. I'm still with y'all. I'm just looking for something. Hold up. I had all this shit open, man, and I closed my computer before I ran this video and a lot of this shit closed right back out. Let me see something. Hold up. Oh my God, I hate when I be doing this dumb shit. Let me see something. Oh, here we go, right here. Boom. These are all the books. The Forgotten Cause of the Civil War. They was white and they were slaves. And White Cargo, right? Pull this one up. Let me open the other one too. I got another one. Hold up. All right, so this is White Cargo. And this is They Was White and They Were Slaves. All right. Now, what this say? It's an untold history of the enslavement of white people in early America, right? That motherfucker look rough on that front. Look, that motherfucker look rough. Damn. Right? So let me see something. Let me go down. Now I say Viking slavers, right? Let me see something. Now this say right here, it say white slavery in early America, right? It says as late as the 14th and 15th century, continued shipments of white slavers, some of them Christians. It's saying flowed from the booming slave market of the northern Black Sea coast into Italy, Spain, Egypt, and the Mediterranean islands. Now, look, where the Mediterranean islands at? All of that shit. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, you know what? My bad. I ain't got to do that. I can just pull up right here. Look. Look. Now, look. Check this out. Hey, look. This the Byzantine Empire right here. See, look. This is the Iberian Peninsula. Now, check this out. Now look, some of these images they showing you are Christian Moors, but hold up, let me see something. Let me see if I can pull up on the map. Now look, excuse me. Look, same fucking area. Byzantine Empire. Look, Byzantine Empire. so-called Moor, where the Moors is at. The same fucking area. You see this? The same area. But what you don't understand is the ones that was in Spain and over here, they wasn't practicing Christianity. These people was, the Byzantines was, right? Now, what did it say the Byzantine did? The Byzantines enslaved the Slavs, right? Now, let me see something. Hold on. I got that pulled up here. Let me see something. Let me see. My bad. I got a lot of shit up here. I gotta bear with me. All right. But shit, basically, from this understanding of this term right here, would tell you that the Byzantines basically created the term Slav. But you could easily find that the Byzantine enslaved. Look, I don't like to go to Wikipedia, but because I ain't come, because I thought I came a little better prepared, I'm just going to go here just to give us a brief overlook of what we talking about. Now I'm saying, look, slavery was common in classical Greece and earlier Roman Empire. It was legal in the Byzantine Empire, but became rare after the first half of the 7th century. From 11th century, semi-feudal relations largely replaced slavery. It's saying under the influence of Christianity, a shift in the view of slavery is noticed, saying which by the 10th century transformed the slave to property or chattel. Okay, it's saying the slave and object, and now it's saying object into a potential citizen, right? It's saying slavery was also seen as evil contract, nation, whatever. All right, so let me see something. So look, you go down again. Look, now look. It's saying main sources of slaves were prisoners of war, right? It's saying of which they were a great profit. Now this is what it's saying. I just want to connect some of the Christians to it, right? It said mention that after the battle of Adrasos, it's saying many prisoners were sent to Constantinople. Now remember, all these people the same. The Byzantine is saying they were so numerous that they filled all mansions and rival regions. It's saying most of the domestic servants in large Byzantine homes were slaves and were very numerous. All right, so most of the Europeans that they show you over there in Europe was fucking slaves, and they was bought there. Okay, and it's showing you, right? Now look, it's saying medieval Arab historians. Hold on, let me click off that. It's saying historians estimate that 200,000 women and children was taken as slaves after the Byzantine reconquer of the Crete from the Muslims. All right, so it's saying yet parents living in the Byzantine Empire was forced to sell their children and pay their debts. It said which Byzantine laws unsuccessfully tried to prevent. Saying after the 10th century, the majority source of slaves were the Slavs and the Bulgars. Okay, now listen, just showed you who were the Slavs. Okay, let me see something. We just showed you who was the Slavs. Okay, now they showing you that the Slavs was enslaved in this region right here, because this is where the Byzantine Empire. This is the Byzantine Empire right here. So this is the region where we normally associate Europeans with being, in this region right here, right? But the funny thing is they tell you that the Moors came there in 711 when the Moors are the motherfucking Roman and the Greeks, man. They the same fucking people, man. And look, let me show you something. Let me see something. Let me see this one. All right. Give me a second. Let me go grab some coffee real quick. Hold up. All right. Now look, let's look at who expelled the so-called blacks that was in the Spain region, right? Now look, it's saying the expulsion of the Moors from Spain, a forgotten human tragedy, right? Now look at this. It's saying immediately after the end of the Reconquista, it's saying the strategists of the Spanish crown had already begun to consider a drastic solution that could allow their country to be disposed of the ethnic minorities that had become cumbersome. It's saying thus to start a smooth religious and cultural political territory and ethnic unification. It's saying to achieve this goal at the reconquest of the Catholic monarch on September 17th, 1480. It's saying the first court of Spanish Inquisition was created by Cardinal Mendoza and the Dominican father Dumas de Tanquemado. It's saying on January 2nd, 1481, the Inquisition became a national institution by means of which the Spanish would exercise its control to I can't get that word. I'm sorry, y'all. It's saying against the Muslims and Jews. Now, it's saying against the Muslims and Jews, right? But we know that the Jews was Hebrews. It's a fact. It's saying the exercise control against and repression against the Muslim and Jews. All right, now check this out. It's saying from the date Spain was turned into a Catholic state, meaning the Byzantine Empire came and conquered Spain and turned it to a Catholic state, right? Let's check this out. Let me see something. It's saying endowed with one of the most inhumane, repressive institutions in history, as the Moors became a minority in the country that was hostile to them. They suffered from the abuse of the inquisitor, it's saying, who mistreated them through secret trials and widespread abuse. It's saying to shield them against the inquisition, whatever, said, and maintain their cultural and religious practices. The Moors was paying considerable sums to the Lord. And saying this attitude of the Muslim minority and Spanish nobles, including the Kingdom of Valencia, enraged in the inquisitors. It's saying because of the protection afforded to the Moors by the nobles, the inquisitors were losing a significant source of profit, which consisted mainly in fines and forfeitures. It's saying that could cover all the assets of a convicted person. Now, who do that today? Now, that's the Roman Empire that was implying that type shit. All right. But even when it go down, like I said, even when you understand, so if they was all together, look, it's saying the hostility against a persecuted minority due to the cultural traditions and regions were deeply rooted in every part of daily life of the community. When the Moors washed their hands before eating, this behavior shocked the Christians. It's saying the application of henna on the soles of the feet and palms and hands for reasons of hygiene also shocked the Spaniards, saying who considered the Moors to be less masculine. All right. Now, it's telling you that basically the Christians, which became the Romans and the Greeks, which became the Byzantine, which became the Constantinople, or however you want to say it or whatever, these are all the same people who was practicing Christianity. Now check this shit out, right? Let's go back here real quick. Let me see something. Let me go here. Boom. All right, let me see something real quick. All right. Like I said, man, look, check this out. See all these, the Inca list. All right, it's how you know they came here and conquered everything. These are Christians, man. We look at this nigga Carlos Quinto as a motherfucking. He's look. It says right here. It said it begins with the Manco Capac, that the legendary first Sapa Inca is saying, and sister Mama Hako is saying top to right. It's saying the painting also depicts the Holy Roman Emperor Charles V, aka Carlo Quinto, as the first European emperor of the Incas. It's saying, and the rest were Spanish kings, right? Now it's saying this is paint, all right, whatever. But check it out. Let's go down. Huh? See? These are the people who brought Christianity here. Now look, a lot of people would see this guy right here like, oh shit, this is a Moor right here. Nah, buddy, he is a Moor, but he's one of the motherfuckers. Look, look, now look, this Charles V right here. This is an image of him. Ain't that? Let's go back to the top. Let me make sure. Nah, that was right here. Yeah, it say, look, Holy Roman Emperor right here. Holy Roman Emperor Charles V, Carlos Quinto, right? So now look, this is supposed to be Charles V right here, what he looked like. Now they saying this is supposed to be Carlos Quinto right here, okay? Okay, and these are all niggas, people who was in the Byzantine Empire. This nigga right here, okay? And most people will look at him like, yeah, this is a Moor right here. Yeah, you're right, but I mean, is it or let's not even use the term. Well, let's say, all right, this is a black man right here. Since they don't use black, they use the term Moor. So it's all right. So we would say this is a black man right here, and we would think that because our history and what we was told prior to we learning that we was Aborigines, learning we built pyramids, learning that we built that we studied the science from 0 to 9, we astronomy, cosmology, all of that shit. Before we knew that, when we were searching for some type of historic history outside of Kunta Kinte and fucking roots and being a slave, and we was attaching ourselves to when you seen black people of antiquity who wasn't in a slavery, who wasn't a slave, or what we assumed to be a slave, okay? Who wasn't a slave, or what we assumed to be one, okay? Or a prisoner of war. You understand what I'm saying? So this is Carlos Quinto right here. Okay. Now he's one of the people who had something to do with them going conquer the Incas. All right. Now check this out. I'm gonna show you something else. Let me see something. So look, you see this guy right here. Look, another so-called person. That motherfucker like, man, this is a Moor right here. Look, look, look. The Holy Roman Emperor. Okay. The Holy Roman Emperor. He's a Roman. The Romans are the mother. We under Roman law today. Today we still under Roman law. So these are the motherfucking Romans that came here and did what they did to you, right? And then brought the Europeans with them as so-called slaves, right? Look at this shit. It say, look, this say Charles V, the Holy Roman Emperor. Look, see this? Look. And it like, oh no, he was a free man. Nah, they was running that shit over there. Now they saying this is Napoleon, but no. They saying the real Napoleon was a nigga. Let me see something. Now look, they show you all these black people. Oh shit, these are all people who was part of the Byzantine Empire. All these people. And what happened is certain families started to fall. Just like we find the shit about Harriet Tubman, saying Harriet Tubman family last name was Stewart. And shout out to Truth Uncompromised, the young ladies who do that broadcast or whatever. And you guys, if you guys haven't checked it out, go check out Truth Uncompromised. I don't know who the sister who do it, but they do some good information. You know, most of it is directed as being Aborigines and the stuff we talk about right now. It's the same exact stuff. But they going into more of the white slavery and reading through the white cargo, and they was white and they were slaves, and reading through a lot of this stuff or whatever. So shout out to them sisters because I've been checking them. I've been checking their bills out too. All right. But yeah, for the most part. So hey, look, they show you this guy right here. See this guy right here? Oh, that's a Moor right there. Nah, that nigga is part. He's look, King Philip of Spain. Okay, it's saying, look, it's saying Philip was born the Valladolid, the son of Charles V of, it's saying, a Holy Roman Emperor. Okay, it's saying, and his consort Isabella of Portugal, because this is after they took over Spain and Portugal. All right, so look, all these guys, look, Holy Roman, all black people, all Holy Roman emperors. Look, all black people. Look, nigga look like my man Mahomes, play for the what's name, but he was on part of the Holy Roman Emperor, right? Now look, let's see something. Now check this out. Let me see something real quick. I want to show y'all something. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've been building, man, and I've been getting a greater understanding of some things. Let me see something. Let me see. Give me 1 second. I'm looking for one particular thing. All right. Let me see. All right, boom. Here we go right here. Back. Here we go right here. Check this shit out. And like I said, shout out to the studying group, the classes and shit. Brother Coda will definitely be building, definitely be putting a lot of this good information in perspective, man. And you know what I'm saying, definitely gave me a greater understanding to the understanding that I already had, you know what I'm saying, which I really didn't realize. The more I learn, the more I realize I don't know nothing. So, you know what I'm saying, this shit go well beyond some damn Indians or in some damn tribe. We wasn't even no fucking tribes, man. All these words we using is all misnomers, man. All of them are all misnomers. All of them. All, even Aborigine is a misnomer. But did they call us that? Yes. Okay. But what word can you use that refers to you? Okay. That's why I use the word atanchan, because that word atanchan refers or pertains to me. That word pertains to me. I'm one sprung from the soil. That's what differs me from a person who just left their original landmass to come over to this country to be a United States citizen. I'm American. I'm part of the soil, the minerals and the micronutrients that's in this soil or in this ground on this land flow through my body. That's the chemical makeup of my body. You understand what I'm saying? Which is a totally different environment than that of over there in Africa. Okay, I don't know what the fuck. Hold on, let me see something. This shit taking a little long. All right, boom. So look. So this is a Byzantine Empire flag, right? And the funny thing is, I seen this shit last night over when they had a slave poster. No, I'm sorry. It wasn't a slave poster. It was a, let me see something. I gotta find that picture, y'all. I'm bugging y'all. Let me see something. All right, here it go right here. It's really this one. Let me see something. It's one more like this one. This one right here. Look. You see this one? This flag right here. That's the Byzantine Empire flag, right? Now, let me see something. Now, look, hold up. keep that flag. Let me see something. Let me go back to my downloads. Now look, check this shit out, y'all. Check this shit out. Bam! Look, Charlemagne. They saying was the king of Franks. Okay, where's Franks at? Franks is fucking France, right? He got that Byzantine Empire flag. Look, bam! See the flag? Now check this out. Same flag there. That's the same fucking flag, right? Hold up for a minute. Let me see something. What the fuck is this? All right, well, let me close this out. Let me go up here and close this out. What is this? Close this out. Daughter. Alright, what's taking so long to close this shit out? Let me close this out too. Alright. So boom. So you see the flag there, right? Alright. So like I said, man, this is from Building Brothers, man, and I definitely didn't learn this. This is just some shit that I got from me studying with other people and learning, like, you know what I'm saying? In particular, like I said, a brother Coda. All right, so look. Well, check this shit out. Now, this is what we call Tenochtitlan land, right? This is Mexico City, okay? This is Tenochtitlan land. This is what they call Mexico City, okay? Now, before we're going to go into a little bit of this too, right? This is Mexico City, right? Pyramids, see this shit look like Dubai a little bit, right? You see this, right? But look, if you look in the corner right there, what do you see? Don't you see this fucking flag right here, man? And this is after, look, this is after they came here. Now, I just showed you when Carlos Quinto, let me see something. There we go. Look, look at the flag right there. That's after they came here and conquered this land, man. These are the Christians, the Byzantine Empire, the Holy Roman Empire. They went to Tenochtitlan and conquered here first. Okay, now look, the same flag. Let me see something. Where was that joint? All right, boom. Look. Same flag, look. Look, same flag. Now look, even when you go, let me see something real quick. Let me see if we can find my man real quick. Look, another nigga they call him Moore, right? But he might have been part and pro-cell to them doing what they did over here. But he got a chain on. Look, I'm just saying, I ain't, I'm just admiring what the brother got on. They got a chain on, earring. Excuse me. Now look, check this out. They got that painting again, right? Right here. King of Portugal in 1570. The Order of Santiago. He said the king wears the cross. That means he already converted to Christianity. It's saying under whose banner the Christians begun in the 19th century. It's saying to combat and drive back the Moors and the Muslims. Basically, these are Moors too. These are Moors too. Well, what we consider to be Moors, okay? But it's showing you who it was. This is look. This is a Moor right here, right? According to what most people, this is a Moor. That's a Moor right there. Most people like, that's a Moor, right? But look, it said the king wears the cross of the Order of Santiago, which was founded in the 12th century and owes its name to the nation part-time Galicia of Spain. Santiago, St. James the Greater, right? It's saying under whose banner The Christians begun in 19th century to combat and drive back the Moors and Muslims. Listen, understand this, right? These people who was the Romans, okay, they created what we consider to be Christianity or Catholicism, right? It was already black people living in Spain and Portugal, right? They came and they was all like when you really study the so-called Moors or whatever, the blacks that would, because they don't call them blacks. They don't call them blacks for a reason. They keep all of these names to compartmentalize us to where we don't never think, oh, this is a black man. This is another word for black man. They tell you, oh, well, Moor was a white person, and they give you all these different misconceptions. But what I'm saying is, most people will be like, this is the Moor right here. But he was a Christian Moor. What Moors did they say they was pushing out? Let me see right here. Hold up. What Moors did they say they was pushing out? The Muslims and the Jews, okay? Because that's what the fucking wars was against. And that's the reason why everything now is about religion. And we assume that, oh, everything is about religion. And yeah, and like I said, so who the people who came here and conquered Tenochtitlan? Let me see something. Look, Charlemagne, he was one of them. He had something to do with the Black Roman Empire, okay? Now, let's see something. Look, that same flag. But let me see something. Let me see if I can find the picture I'm looking for. Now I seen this same fucking picture last night over one of the fucking in one of the so-called tobacco. It's a pic. Let me see if do I got this picture. Let me see something. Maybe I might have that picture. Let me see something. Let me see if I got it. I might have that fucking picture. Hold on one second, y'all. I'm looking for one thing. Hold on for a second. Bam. Oh, is it this one? Let me see something. Oh no, I see it right now. I got it right there. Hold up. I got it right there, y'all. Here it go, right here. Look. Look. Nah, come on, get back, get out of there. Look, here it go, right here. Look. Look. This is a derivative of it. This is what I was showing the brother last night. Look. 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 Don't you see the same? That's the same fucking thing, man. Minus the wings, man. This is the same shit, man. Look. It's the same thing as that, and it's the same thing as this. Look, it's the same thing as this. Look. Look. This shit right here is the fucking same thing as this. Look. It's the same exact thing. It's the same exact thing. Look at this. I'm gonna blow it up. I think I might have blew it up as hot fast. Look, right here. See this? Let me see if I can. Let's create some art. Let me see something. Bam. See that? Let me blow it up a little. Can I blow it up? Let me take this out. Is it gonna save? Oh fuck! It ain't gonna let me save, man. Let me see something. I don't know. I don't know how to work that shit. But it's right here. This is the same freaking flag. Same. It's the same symbolic thing as this. Same flag Charlemagne got, right? Same thing we see here, the Byzantine Empire. Same shit. Okay, because they conquered the rest of the Europe, right? Let me see something real quick. So see something. So you see it right here. Look, and this is Tenochtitlan. All right. Now let's see. So let me come out of here. Now look, this is in Mexico City, and they already know black people did this shit. Let me see something. Let me go back. Let's see if we can find the drawing the brother be showing all the time. But look, this is your Egypt right here. Look, this is your Egypt right here that they don't tell us about. This is Tenochtitlan right here, y'all. And this is the Egypt right here that was over here that they don't fucking tell us about, that they keep lying. Look. Look. See all this right here? All these people right here? These are all fucking Christians. Look. See the brothers right here? Look, these are all Christians right here. See all these? These are all Christians, right? Now look, let's line this up. Let's see something real quick. Let me get out of here. You see that? Check this out. Them are blacks that's doing that. And we think that these are people are white people. Look. Look, this is a Negro. Look, he got the same night uniform on. Let me see something real quick. Look more. Holy Roman Emperor Ferdinand the Second. 30-year war. Look, more Negroes. They say more Negroes right here. Look, Dutch poet. But look, these are all of European wars, and they ain't European wars. They're all wars against the same. They're all the same people. All they doing is fighting different. They taking over different kingdoms and making them convert into whatever their particular belief is, which was Christianity. All right, and look, see that? All these people we see over here, man, was all part of them coming over here doing what they did. Now they saying he was part of the Ottoman Empire. Now this is Duke. Okay, let me see something. Let me see something. Let me go back to the first page. Now look, this is the fall of the whole. Let me see something. Now look, see? Look. These are all the people, the Rome, look, see, look, here go the Byzantine Empire right here, see? Look, Constantinople, look, well, Italy and all this shit is right here. Sicily, all this shit is right here. Even though that, look, they say this is the Byzantine Empire will be the pink right here, right? And the territory aided, it's saying by timeline of his death. So this is it's a Carthage right here, right? So this would be the part right here, which would be Tunisia, which would they say Africa. Now you see how close. Now, like I said, remember, all that shit started in the Americas, and we went out and taught other people, other places how to do this shit, right? All right, that's what happened. What happened is we started here, and then we went out to other places and taught people how to build shit. And this is the result of our own wrongdoing. Now look, see that? Now check this out. Look, it's saying Isaac Ninos, aka Comnenus, was a Byzantine emperor. Look, it's saying Michael Ducas was a Byzantine emperor. Look, Byzantine emperor. Look, Byzantine emperor. Look, now this right here, the funny thing right here, right? This is what the brother showed me. See the numbers right here? See the numbers right here on this? This is Maya writing right here. Let me see if you guys are still, because I mean, I don't know, people quiet. Let's see. You guys still with me, man? Let me see. Yeah. But the black royal family is the ones that came here and did what they did to us. Let me see. What's in this one right here? All right. Let me see what you guys think about this. Peace, Lotus TV. Man, y'all moving fast. Peace to everybody in the chat room. Yeah, they saying Harriet Tubman was part of the British, man. They saying that's the reason why she went to the North, because she was part of the British, man. They say Harriet Tubman was part of the Stuart family from one of the houses that come from Europe, man. That's what they were saying she was from. They saying that she rescued her family, who was part of the Stuart family or whatever. Which they saying that these are people that's coming from Europe, man. Like I said, you gotta understand what's going on here, man. What's going on is we have two different things, and like I said, even peace. Okay, yeah, the Phoenicians and Byzantine. No, but the Byzantine, listen, the Phoenicians are the Phoenicians. The Byzantines are the Roman Empire, man. Look, let's go back here. Let's go back here. Let's go back to where I was at. What was he at? Right here. Hold up. Let's go back here. Let me see something. Look, the Incas are the Byzantines. Look, this is right here. Let's see what this guy is right here, y'all. Don't go nowhere. Stay right here, right? Look. This is St. Peter, St. Luke, it's saying Barnabas, okay? Barnabas. It's saying St. Paul. It's saying he was appointed the bishop of Rome and the third successor of St. Peter's, right? Now check this shit out. This is what I learned. Now check this out. Let's look at. Let's check this shit out. Let me see something real quick. Let's look at the number systems of the Mayas. Let me see if I can find the same one that the brother pulled up. Oh, here we go right here. Bam. Here we go right here. This is the number systems of the Mayas. Look, you see how the number systems is? Look, you see the number systems right here? Now, I thought I was seeing shit until I seen this shit. I was like, what? Yo, I thought I was seeing shit until I seen this shit, right? This is the Mayan number systems, right? Look. Look. Is this not the same fucking number systems that's over there on the Pope's garb of the of Rome? Look. Look, it's the same fucking number systems. Look, it's the same shit. It's the same damn thing right here. And I ain't never studied nothing about the Mayans until the brother pulled the damn what's the name, the Mayan glimp, and all this shit started to make sense. Look, this right here is Mayan numbers. You see these right here? Do you see what I'm circling this with? Now look. These are Mayan. Now hold on, let me find the exact one, that exact one. Here we go, right here. Bam, look. It's not in this one. Hold up. It's not in this one. Is it in this one? It's not. Hold up. No, it got one over the top. All right, it's not showing it in this one. But hold up. See something. All right, here, look. It's the same shit, man. See this? The Mayan numeric system. You see this? Look. See this? Look. Look. See this? Same shit. Same shit, bro. I don't know what the fuck that means on his jacket, on that scarf, but it's the same. It's the same damn symbols. Look, it's the same damn symbols. Look. Now I said one. This means 20 to the fourth power. So that'd be 80. Would it be 80? I don't know. But all right. So let me go. Let's go back here. So boom. So you see that right there? That's how you know the shit came from the Americas, man. Now look, Constantino, this is a Negro, another nigga. You know how they be like, oh, this is a more. There's another Negro though, or what we assume to be a Negro. It's saying, look, a portrait of Saint John. It's saying Chrysostom of Antioch, Archbishop of Constantinople, an early Byzantine Masonic from the Cathedral of Hagia Sophia in Constantinople. Okay, now they the same fucking people, man. They say the same people. Check it out. Let me see something. They the same damn people, y'all. Look, these are the people right here who came here and did what they did. Your own people. After they kicked the Moors out, that or the blacks that was in Portugal and Spain, and they conquered that shit. They found out mostly about this part over here. Look at these. These are Negro. These are all black people. Look, these are all black people. I ain't gonna say they all Moors. I'm just say they're all black people. Look, these are all black people. Look, see. It's a Negro right here, man. Nigga look like Grady from Sanford Son, man. Come on now. These are Negroes right here, man. You understand what I'm saying? And these are the ones that was warned against their own fucking people. Now look, even right here, they give you some look and show you that these is Negroes, man. Okay, the Roman Empire, my dude. Like they was against the Christians and shit. They are the damn Christians, man. Look at these motherfuckers, right? Negroes, man. Now these, well, I mean, I don't know. I guess when they show that little look, you know, his hair looks straight, still motherfucking look like a Negro. But it's telling you all of these people look, it's saying Constantinople, whatever that Roman numeral means. It's saying was the last reigning Byzantine emperor. Look, listen to the date. The last reigning Byzantine emperor from 1449 to his death. It's saying 1449. Okay, now look, it's saying the fall of Constantinople, right? It's saying the siege of the city in the winter in 1452. Constantinople faced the edge of defeating and defending his city of 60,000 people. The fuck is this? Oh, my bad, y'all. 60,000 people with an army only numbering 7,000 men. Sorry, I didn't quite. Ain't nobody asked you shit, Syrian. The fuck is you answering? See? See what type of shit be going on? Or whatever. Let me see something. But basically, look, that's all what's going on right here. Now, they saying that's an 18. Well, I guess that's when the dude drew the picture. Franks, we just seen that Charlemagne was a Frank. Now, look, let me see something real quick. Let's read a little bit of this real quick. You saying? Let me see something. It's in the cause of the battle was Charlemagne's destruction of the Basque defense in the region, enraging the tribes to retaliate against him. It was fought at, I can't pronounce that, a high mountain pass in Pyrenees, on the border of between France and Spain. Over the years, the battle romanticized by oral tradition into a major conflict between Christians and Muslims. What I'm telling you. See, when you get the story, when most people give you the story, they don't give you the story and tell you that the so-called Muslims or Muslims, whatever you want to call them, okay, whatever you want to call them. Them was the Moors that was in Spain and Portugal. The so-called the Christian Moors is the Moors that was warned against them and pushed them out. And they made them convert into Christianity because we see black kings even after 1492. Just showed you the what's the name? I think his name was something El Rey. But he was part of the Order of Santiago. This shows you him. He was the king of Portugal, right? Now look. Now it's saying no. Racist history. It's saying falsifies. Often identifies the king as a Saracen king. Okay. It's saying, however, that's a lie. It's a obvious. Saracen Muslims wore turbans, not crowns, according to what he's saying. All right. So look, saying more, saying unknown knight slaying Saracens. See, look. See what it's saying. So now you at least you get an understanding that. Let me see something. At least you get an understanding that what was. Let me see. It was, hold on. Was it this one? No, it was this one. No, it was this one. It's this one right here. Look. The Doom Devises, a paper bull issued on June 18th, 1952 by Pope Nicholas V. It's saying it authorized Alfonso V of Portugal to conquer the Saracens and pagans and co-sign them to perpetual servitude. Okay? So it's showing you that the Christians was warned against the Saracens. See, when you get the story of the Moors, you only perceive as only one Moors. That's the people who doing what they doing or whatever. You don't never think about the so-called Christians or the Christian Moors, which these are them. Like I said, these are the motherfuckers that came here and took over Tenochtitlan land. Same shit. Let me just see. Where the fuck was I? I got so much shit up here. Let me see. Oh, all right. And took over this right here. This Tenochtitlan. So these are the Byzantines. These are the Roman. And these are the Byzantines. These are the Romans. These are the Greeks. These are the same people who went in there, wrote the paper bull. These are the same people who went into Spain and Portugal and conquered the Saracens. Okay, the same exact people. They're the same exact people. But when you look at them, you think that they look like that. But in all actuality, they don't. They look like this. What was we at? Let me see. They look like this. Fuck it. That's a good picture to show you. They look like this. You think they look like this. You think they look like this, but no, they look like this. These are the people who came here and did what they did to us, man. You know what I'm saying? They was black people, and they brought with the Europeans. I don't know how exactly. We know the Europeans were Slavs, and we don't know exactly how what played the role in whatever took place. But we do know one thing: we know the Byzantines enslaved the Slavs. We know the Slavs were brought to Europe, was brought to America. We know that. We understand that. You understand what I'm saying? We know that the Byzantine Empire were also the Romans and the Greeks, and they was also Moors as well as the so-called Moors, because they trying to tell you that, oh, these people came in 711. No, the people, the Europeans that they show you wasn't even in 1711. They was 711. They was bought there by them. They went there and conquered whatever regions up in Europe and brought these people back there to be fucking slaves. And that's what this movie, the long boat, the long ship, that's what this movie is attempting to show you of what was going on, because they got you thinking the Vikings are white. No, the barbarians are Moors. All of these people are black people. The barbarians are black people. The Vikings are black people. All of these people are black people. But they're trying to make you think that they're European. No, the only people there was Slavs. Now check this out. These people right here. Okay, now what did it say? Who enslaved them? Where did the word Slav come from? The Byzantine and Byzantine Greek, okay? All right, from the old church of Slavonic, okay? See that? See that? Byzantine Greek, old church of Slavonic. You see that? Okay. Let me see something. And then even you see this. Look. Let me see something. Hold up. You know what? Nah, that's not what I was looking for. Let me get out of there. Nah, this was something I was looking at. But it tells you right here, Saracens and pagans, okay? Saracens and pagans. Let me see something. Let me see something. Now, let me see if I can find that letter real quick. Hold on for a second, y'all. Let me find something real quick. And that's another great book right here. This book right here. Look. Let me see. No, it's called The Conquest of America, the Falling of the so-called Moorish Empire. And it's a book that's related to Christians coming to the Americas. Let me see something. And my bad, I ain't trying to show off all my shit. I'm looking for something particular. I'm still with y'all. Give me a second. I'm looking for something. go right here. Now this is, let me see something. Now this one right here say not unlike Ethiopians, but the other one say unlike Saracens. This one right here, when you read it down here, it's saying they are dark in color. Right there, you see that one? They are dark in color, not unlike the Ethiopians, right? But then you look at the other one, it say not, nah, right here. Let me see. Damn, you know what? I can't even fucking spell this shit right now. Where was we at? Let me, Ravizano. Let me see if it come up. Here's this one right here. Now, in this one, he's talking about the people of the Carolinas. You see, it say Carolina, Giovanni Verrazzano, and that's another one. Magellan also is another person who came here. All right, so right here, when you go right here, it say they go naked as that. It's pretty much similar to the other one, but it says in this one right here, it says the people of color rustic, not much unlike Saracens. Now this one right here says not I mean saying they are dark color, not unlike the Ethiopians. But I like to go with this one right here because this is who, like, even when we go back to this Doom Devices, this paper board, what does it says? It say to conquer the Saracens and the pagans. Who was the Christians warring with? Who did the Christians kick out? Let's see, son. Hold up. That's over here. Nah, hold up. Damn, my bad, y'all. I think I might have closed it out. But it's showing you basically the Byzantines, they was warring with the Muslims, man. As simple as I can explain this shit. They was warring with the Muslims. The Muslims that was so called supposed to be the Muslims, and I'm gonna say, like I said, we said that some of these people was Hebrews. They practiced. Man, what the fuck? I don't know. Tell me I close this shit out. Did I close it out? Let me see something. Nah, it was right here. It say right here, basically, the Catholic monarch is saying the institutions by means which Spain used exercise it control to repressive against the Muslims and Jews. Okay, the Jews are Hebrews. Okay, because even when you study even when you read about Moors in Spain, it tells you that the Moors was they had a close connection with the so-called Hebrews. Okay, you find all that shit over in the Americas, man. You find Arabic over here. I don't even want to show you the endless Arabic documentations I got over here. Let me see something. Let me see if I can find it. Man, it's a lot though. I don't even really feel like getting into all this shit, man. That's why I haven't been doing no bills, man. Because a lot of this, man, you see all these documentations, all these documents I got, this shit overwhelmed me, man. Like even when you start reading this shit, it's like it's overwhelming, man. It's overwhelming. It just made me completely shut down, man. Because it's just so a lot of this shit is overwhelming. Like, damn, I know too much about this shit. Like, um, but yeah, I got articles, man, about them finding Arabic over here, that the Algonquin and Arabic letters are similar. Same thing with Hebrew. It's just too much, man. It just overwhelm you, man. Phoenicians, you find all this stuff over here, and then what you want to do is you want to let the world know about it. But at the end of the day, it's only few people listening, and only few people really it's really interesting to us. And mainly, it's a lot of us, so-called Aborigines, or what you want to call Tonchons, or well, a misnomer would be an African American or whatever. But for the most part, like I said, man, we take a connection to the Americas because someone told you was from here, and the same thing for me. You know what I'm saying, that I found out. You know what I'm saying. Now look, this say Carthaginians, right, found in the creeks, man. Like I said, it's a lot, man. It's a lot, bro. And we could find out we could find out. Let me see something. What was the map said? Right here, look, Carthage, right here. You can find Carthage right here, but you can also find articles about the so-called Carthaginians from the Creeks was speaking Carthaginian. Okay, I ain't making this shit up, y'all. That's what I'm trying to tell you. There's so much shit on this. It overwhelm you, man. It'll overwhelm you because then I make a video about them finding Islam. Now look, say American Islamic history, 1700s, man. Let me see something. So when I see words like Ali Bamu, I can't let that shit overpass me. Like, man, hold up, man. That my whole life I've been told that Bamu would be something that would be Arabic. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot, man. It's a lot. It's just a lot when it comes to this information, man. But I just wanted to present that to you guys, to give you guys at least a brief understanding to what we know or whatever. And see, I got a PDF right here on the story of the Moors in Spain. Um, I don't know, maybe one day I might go over it or whatever. But it'll give you a greater understanding that we dealing with two different people, man. And this another good book too, White Slavery in Antebellum South. I got White Cargo, and I got the other one. They was white and they were slaves. And another one that go with that one will be the Forgotten Cause of Civil War. The Forgotten Cause of Civil War, White Slavery in Antebellum South, White Cargo, and they was white and they were slaves. And like I said, them books go together because this will give you a greater understanding to what the fuck was really going on. All right, and this another one. Let me see something. I think it might be in this PDF right here. Even though this guy, he say pretty much the same thing. They was Moors, but let me see something. I think it's this one. Yeah, it is this one. Let me see if it's gonna show me the Arabic. Right there, look. It say the language of the Indians, aka Negroes, Algonquin, and Arabic are essential the same letters, which goes back to Metaneta. Now he's saying from the hieroglyphics, the petroglyphs is older than hieroglyphs. So we got petroglyphs over this motherfucker. All right. So this right here is similar. All right. This the Ojibwa. This is Creek. I think Cree, say Cree Ojibwa. Let me see some. Hold up. Let me see. Hold up. Which one is? This one right here. All right. So I think this will be the Algonquin, and this right here will be regular Arabic. Okay. You see the A. See, this is. I don't know what this would be. I guess these are. This is a. I don't know what the fuck this is. But they comparing it. They saying that the shit is similar. Look. Can't you see? Look. Let me open it up a little bit. See? And this is. Hold up. All right, saying the Cree origins carrying two horizontal lines of script, letters in black. It's in the script. I was mystified to observe that it is ancient Arabic, city of Palmyra. It's saying in Syria. It's saying a script found in the Silesia in the ruins of Palmyra, saying was deciphered in the modern times, and it seems to be inconceivable with the Cree Indians and could have become acquainted with it centuries ago. All right. Now also, I saying this is in the Harvard. All right. So it's saying with the Cree Indians, saying it's the same damn thing. Okay. Now this is saying I was Mr. I was no. It's saying I was Miss Mr. Rival. I can't pronounce what the fuck they say. Of Rome. All right. Saying totally destroyed by the emperor. All right. So it's saying one of the emperors of Rome has something to do with this language or something in that ordinance. And what have we been talking about? Rome, the Byzantine Empire, and the Christians and all the motherfuckers. It's the same. All right. So this is modern day Algonquin. I guess. But saying some of the forms are similar. But we know, I guess this would be modern, I guess. It's modern. All right, but just something I just felt like it would be interesting to say. So all right, so we see, but look, we see Carthage in it right here, right? So look, even let me pull up that little article. I'm gonna read it to you guys. Let me see. It's this one right here. It's not an article. I think it's a what's the name from a book. Come on. Now look, check this out. It say you promised in your letter on October the 23rd, 1787, to give me in your next at large the conjectures of your philosophy. On your philosopher, it's saying on the descent of the Cree. Now remember, the Creek and the Cree is the same Indians from the Carthaginians. All right. Now, what did we just see? Carthaginian will be another form of Arabic or Phoenicians. All of that shit is the same. Now look. You could also I got check this out. Nah, hold up. I think when I go down right here. No, I think it's down. Let me see. What the fuck is it? Hold on, I got something on the Cherokee speaking a form of Phoenician. Let me see if I can find it before we. No, it's back at the top. Let me see if I can put it in a search right here. Yeah, no, I can't. It's not coming up. I know it should normally be right there in the front. Let me see some. Let me see some. No, I can't. It's in here somewhere. I'm overlooking it. Trying to. Let me see. Oh, here it goes. This one. Nah, this is hold on. This is another. This is something else that I had. That ain't it. My bad, y'all. I'm looking for. I can't find this shit right now. I know as soon as I get off the phone and I look through it. I mean, as soon as I get off the live stream, I look through this. I'm gonna find it. Yeah, I can't find it. Yeah, but it's a lot of languages that they find over here in this in the old world. Um, for the most part, what you guys talking about. But they're the same. They're not the same people though. So when you study Spain and Portugal, now you know that the so-called Moors that was there was taken out by the same people who came here. And I'm not trying to make no excuse for them, make no argument for the ones that you assume to be the ones that was in Spain and Portugal, but just a greater understanding. Because like I said, when you speak to a lot of these so-called Moors, they don't know their damn self. They don't know. All they say, oh, that's a Moor. That's a Moor. That's a Moor. That's a Moor. I don't think most of these niggas who Moors, they even understand what the fucking word Moor means their damn self. They probably think the word Moor is connected straight to the MSTA of America, man. Mm-hmm. What you guys talking about? Peace to everybody in the chat room. I'm glad to be back, man. I miss y'all as well, man. Yeah, I know more. I know more means know that. I know that. I know that. I know that. But half the people don't know that, and they get that shit confused with it being part of a religious organization. They think more this. I'm not a more ish. I'm not more ish or nothing. If I use that term, it would be a synonym to a dark skin complexion person. Now, whatever my practices is, we all of that. We practice Arabic. We all of that shit. But I'm gonna say it like this though. We all of it by default, but unofficially we not all of it. So we wouldn't be part of the Byzantine Empire. But some of these people might be. Some of these motherfuckers that's in this country, like we like the stewards, and some of these people that's coming from some of these empires over there or whatever. And I'm not saying all stores because we don't know that to be right and exact. But what I'm saying is though, a lot of these people that's here, or a lot of these people that's here with us, are descendants of the Byzantines and the people who came here and did what they did to us. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. And the Byzantines are Moors. The Roman and Greeks are Moors. They're in the same motherfucking area of the look. I think I went down. Hold up. Look, all these niggas is black, man. Look, all these niggas is black, bro. See, look. England and Otto. They said Holy Roman Emperor. All right. Look, look. That's a Negro. Look, talking about in the middle. Another one they whitewash. Now he's saying this is who they look closely like. This greasy looking dude right here. Look, Negro. See, look, it's a Negro. Holy Roman Emperor. See, and last but not least, look, when you start seeing people like this. Oh, this was a Moor. When I first got into this history shit, and they show me some of these images of these people, you be like, yeah, man, I was there, man. We was doing our thing over there. Nah, B. They are the people who came over here and took over Tenochtitlan land, man. Remember, look, this flag, let me see. This flag is similar to that flag, and that flag is similar to this flag. These are the same fucking images, man. I don't care what you tell me. Why is that shit hanging up there? Why that double-headed image hanging up there when you got the same thing right here? All right, minus it don't have the wings on it. It's the same fucking bird. Okay, and then you go here, you go to Tenochtitlan land. Go back out. You see that? Look. You see this? You see that right there? That's Tenochtitlan. That's what the shit look like now. But prior to that, niggas, and that's another thing too. These idiots always say, man, America ain't got no pyramids. Listen, if you ever say that, don't never come and try to even build with anybody. Cause you at this point in time, you learning. You can't be an equal if you don't know America has pyramids. You understand? You cannot be equal if you don't. If you how you equal to me and you don't know America got pyramids. And before we leave out of here, let me show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all something else too. Right. So they got that flag again. Okay. You know how they say with Channel 7 News, they got that news van. They got that fucking Byzantine flag right there. Okay. All right. Same exact shit. Right. Your man Charlemagne. Same exact shit. Right. The motherfuckers who came over here, and this is in Virginia, y'all. Okay. Same exact shit. See? Look at the double-headed fucking bird. Same exact shit, man. See in the Tenochtitlan right here. After they conquered Tenochtitlan, okay, which Tenochtitlan is today. Let me see something. Well, hold up. That ain't Palenque. Nah. All right, hold on. I want y'all to see something right here. This is going into the next bill, but I'm gonna go into this one. Um, and also, you know what? I wanted to show you. I wanted to let this rock right here. I think it's about right here. All right, I'm gonna play this for you, and then I'm gonna play something else, and then we out of here.
All right. No, I think.
Slaves, that whole lie was concocted really to justify their fugitive slave law acts, where they were snatching up free brothers and sisters over here, saying, oh, you escaped slave that we brought over there in Africa. That was gaining us place. So in that book is actually a of free brothers from here saying that what we disagree with this future slave law act because y'all snatched the free brothers and sisters. Brother could be riding down this canoe here, y'all snatching them up, saying he's an escaped slave from Africa. When he was born right here, he's free. So that game was played to justify snatching up. See, what it was doing was enslaving brothers and sisters from right here and then shift them into different parts of America. It was snatching a brother in the Caribbean and send them to America. Send a brother from America, send them to the Caribbean. Right here, see, they trade about this triangular trade from Africa to the Caribbean to America. When I go to Africa, all they do is ship brothers back and forth from America to the Caribbean. See, it's a game, but by the time they got here, you know, you're assuming that they don't got the brothers come up here or sisters come up here from the Caribbean. They sell them on the slave markets. Assuming or putting forth the lie that he's not just a free brother that was already aboriginal here from the Caribbean, but he was brought to the Caribbean from Africa. Descent from here. You see what I'm saying? So it was a game that was played. It was a game that was played for their interest. Why did they have to get you out your original name? Let me get into that. There was a reason why they had to get you out your original name.
He gonna say something that you guys ain't feeling though. But just to go back before we get out of here, we went over the word slave, went over what the original, what its origins or where it originally came from Byzantine Greek. We know that the Byzantines enslaved the slaves. We know the slaves are the Slavs and the Slavic. And what it said, personal chattel property. So use a secondary sense of the word slave, Slav sense because there's so many Slavs sold into slavery by conquering people. Saying they was on the market of Europe, Asia, and Africa. All right. They say for every Slavonic slave. All right. They're telling you they met their demise by the hot climate. All right, so even when you go just to what Hakeem, I mean, it's a lot of shit on that video I would have played, but colonization. When you go to word colonization, it say the act of process of colonizing, state of being a colony. In 1758, it's saying now a action from colonize in U.S. history. Okay, it say the movement for assisted immigration. Anytime you immigrate, that means you leave from your original place and go to somewhere else. Okay, it ain't I migrate, it's migrate. All right, so it's saying immigration. It's saying of free blacks to Africa. It ain't saying from free blacks that was taken to Africa. It's saying from free blacks to Africa for the formation of colonies there. Okay, now we was taught colonization come from here, the Americas. We was taught that they had 13 colonized here. No, I think the 13 colonies are the 13 nations, man. You understand what I'm saying? I think it was 13 nations here, bro, or original nations in which inhabit this place. But they telling you, because we were taught that the first colony was set up when? In the early 16, late 16, or mid 1600s, 16th century over here. But it's saying 1758. It's saying the U.S., it's saying in the U.S., the movement for assisted immigration of free blacks to Africa for the formation of colonies there. The American Colonization Society organized in December 1816. All right. What does it tell you? It say colonization is one who favors colonization of emancipated slaves or free blacks to set the no to some other place. Okay, that's what the word colonization is mean. Okay, so that's that, man. I'm gonna get up out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed the bill. Hopefully, I ain't been rocking with you guys in a while. Oh yeah. Oh, I got one more thing before we get out of here. Check this out. And this is just for the motherfuckers who say that we don't have pyramids here. Always tell me we ain't got pyramids. This is Palenque. Okay. Look at that. Beautiful, right? Shit, beautiful. Take a look at that. Nigga talking about, oh man, you got mounds in America. Take a look at that. Take a look at that. And like I said, even when you look at Tenochtitlan, right? Nothing. Egypt don't even look like Tenochtitlan. Look at this shit. Egypt don't even look like this shit, man. When they show you Egypt, it looks nothing like Tenochtitlan. The only thing people be amazed is by that. Look, this is the pyramid in the middle. Look how big that motherfucking pyramid is, my dude. Look how big that pyramid is. Look how big that pyramid is. Look, tell me, look how big that motherfucker is. Okay? Look how big that motherfucker is. And that's just one of them. The shit is this is a damn a peninsula. Look, with highways and shit. Look, you see this shit? This shit has highways. This shit is a peninsula, like a man-made. This is a man-made island, man. That got pyramids on it, man. You ain't never seen no shit like this in Africa. Never. Never, ever, 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 ever. You ain't never seen no shit like this in Africa, my dude. Never. And somebody correct me. Show me something like this in Africa, please. Please, let's stop the bullshit. Let's stop the bullshit. Show me something like this over there. Now, let me go back. So we looked at Palenque. Let's go to Oxmo. I guess that's how you pronounce this shit. I can. Let me see. More pyramids. Look. See this? Pyramids. So motherfuckers tell you, oh man, y'all got shell mounds over there, and mounds made out of what's the name? Yeah, really? Oh, we do? Okay, because and once the motherfucker say that he's not willing, he's not an equal, he's not even worth having a conversation with at that point in time, because you have done little to no research. Little to no research, okay? Compound, this is a compound temple, okay? Let me take a look at that. Let me take a look at that. All right. Now look, this is the last one. This is the Great Pyramid Chula. All right. Now, I don't know how long this been here, this church or this cathedral, whatever the hell this is. I don't know how long this been here. Okay. But the pyramid is this whole thing right here. Right. And this is what it's supposed to an image of it. I think this is along the back side of it. Well, let me see something. Let's see. Let's see if we can find something on it. It's located in Mexico. These are images of it. So I guess this whole thing was a pyramid, and they either they built this on top of it, or was already on top of it, because this little drawing right here has something on top of it already that looks similar to that. I mean, it looks similar in a sense, But this is what it says it look like. So, like I said, man, when we do this research, man, it ain't just to show you that people was over here, we was Indians. It's to show you we had technology over here. They lied to people, and people believed it when they said this was a wilderness and people lived in teepees and wigwams and all this other shit or whatever. And we ain't living none of that shit. We lived in places like this. And like the brother told me, the brother said that we lived in this place up to the 1500s, man, up till they came here. When they came here in 1492, and this is when you start seeing them. When they came in 1492, Columbus and all of them, he was part of the Christian Empire, and they got that Byzantine flag on the outskirts of Tenochtitlan. Okay, they got the flag right there. So, at the end of the day, man, it is what it is. But just to give you a greater understanding, man, when we talk about what is a Moor and who was the Moors, and even like we said, when we get all these different empires, because like I said, you'll have somebody that'll come and say, "Oh yeah, that was a Moor." That's some. Nah, I mean they were technically, but they're part of all different empires. There was no whole one empire. There was always multiple empires. We left from here. We had you want to say the Aboriginal Empire or whatever empire that came from the Americas that went around the world and taught all these people the science of numbers and geometry and mathematics. So I don't know, man. At this point in time, I'm convinced. I know we left from here. I know exactly who we are. You know what I'm saying? And, other people have confusion with certain things, but me, myself, I don't. And like I said, there's a lot of stuff here. You know what I'm saying, yes, all these mansions and plantations are ancient. Yeah, you're saying, had electron. Yeah, we had all that shit, Scotty Saturn. You right. Yeah, you right. Shout out to Chief, Jag, Red Robin, yeah, my True Seeker, Blake Johnson. Shout out to everybody. Um, yeah, you gotta pretty much understand, like I said, man. Up until the brother when he did the Byzantine Empire bill, I didn't understand shit neither, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I was looking at all of them people was basically the so-called blacks that we assume to be in Spain and Portugal, but not knowing that they was the whole time that the Rome Empire fall, they was pushing that Christianity shit, and everyone who was a non-Christian, they went around and made them convert into Christianity. And that's when you see the doctrine of discovery. Say go find all non-Christian empires and conquer their lands in the name of Christianity. Like I said at first, I didn't know Catholicism and Christianity. I would always wonder, well, what's the difference between Catholics and Christians? I didn't kind of understand it. The only difference is that the Christianity over there that they practice over there in Rome and Italy and all that shit is not the same as the so-called. There's so many different how you say that? There's so many different dimensions to Christians. You got damn, I can't even think of some of the name. Protestants, you got all of these motherfuckers, man, and all of this shit derived from one thing and came from the Byzantine Empire. The Byzantine Empire went and conquered the so-called rest of the so-called blacks that was in Spain and Portugal, pushed them out, the ones that was practicing Hebrew and that was practicing. I ain't gonna say practicing. I guess that was a way of living, because you heard them say because they washed their hands before they ate, then they kicked them out. That was the reason why they didn't like that. They didn't like the fact that they washed their hands before they ate, and certain customs that they had. What is customs? Customs is culture. Okay? Customs is culture. So because of the culture that they had, which we assume we connect culture and religion together, culture and religion, yeah, it is the same. But when you hear the word religion, people automatically either think about Muhammad, think about Jesus, or think about anything dealing with that type. We don't look at religion as because you bless your food before you eat over it, or whatever, and all of this shit get exaggerated until you believe it into some damn a fucking spirit in the cloud, and all of this shit gets how do you say, exaggerated, and to the point where we at now, even with when we got Christian, all these different religious faiths, man, and all get exaggerated. And like I said, and people, we don't seem to understand the difference. We think that, the original which one say Hebrewic or Hebrew tradition was just cultures that people practice, and people started taking remnants of them culture. Just like right now, let's say you got a culture, the original culture was hip hop, and now you got offshoots of hip hop where people took the same concept of it, but they remixed it and made it into a totally different, like, so let's say we got hip hop and now you got auto tune. And you like, wait a minute, auto tune ain't the same thing, but in the conceptual thing, they is rapping, but they just rapping with a different, with their voice disguised or their voice sounding robotic or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's the same thing when people come, somebody come over your house who never prayed, who don't know nothing about praying over their food. They come to your house and see you praying over your food, and that's part of your culture. And we look at, man, I went over my people house, man. They got this tradition where they pray over their food, man. We don't do that. We just go right on in and just grab and eat. And this is where a lot of these traditions get from. And a lot of people think when you deal with the MST of America, you're part of some religious code. And like I said, maybe they are. I don't know. I'm not part of the MST of America. I can tell you one thing. My man said he went there and said that my man said he went to the MST America and they had a picture of Drew Ali, and all they did was just kept looking at it or whatever. And I'm like, what? I'm like, man, you serious? And like I said, I've been to the one, I've been over there building with the brothers in Brooklyn. I've been over there building with them or whatever, because I wanted to hear them know what they knew about the Americas. One of the brothers he's a Shinnecock, and he got a lot of pictures of his family and a lot of research. Me and the brother was building heavy, but he's Shinnecock. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, they got a lot of history, even though that they might say they Moors and all this other, but it's a lot of history in America that I learned from a lot of them brothers or whatever. And like I said, I remix it. I said Tonchons or Aborigines. I know that in some fashion that they connected that term here, but I'm not saying that the same way that they call us Indians and call us all this other shit that we never called ourselves. We never called ourselves no Indian. Like I said, the word, you can use Indians because Indians are not taxed. You can use that, but you can say, all right, we never called us. I never said, yo, I'm an Indian until now. Just like these other terms, Negro, or none of these terms we never called ourselves. Even if it's a term that's relating that you indigenous to this land, you never called yourself this. So like I said, it all goes back into what did we call ourselves, cultures, what was our original practices, what did we do, you know what I'm saying? And that's what we trying to find. So, like I said, in the endless pursuit to find your culture or find your you know what I'm saying, find your history, because we're gonna strive to find our history until we get out, because know most people don't even know what their history is. They still being lied to because they don't know that the Slavs was white people. They think that the slaves was black people that was brought from Africa, when we just looked the word colonization up, and the word colonization is talking about send blacks from America to Africa. So what the fuck is we talking about? Then you look the word slave, and people use these terms all the time and don't look them up, and they sound just as foolish as we do when we use words we don't know. And we look these words up and we don't even understand. Because if you want to say, like I said, you want to say, all right, well, the Moors is from North Africa. So I just showed you what North Africa would be considered. North Africa is all that shit. Rome, Greek, Italy, Spain, Portugal, all of that will be considered North Africa. All of that. All of that. So, and when we include that, we have to include the Roman Empire, who most people know that we are under Roman rule right now to this very fucking day. We are under Roman rule because it has the same practices. What did they tell you that the Romans was doing? They was putting people in jail, and like I said, a lot of the Europeans that came here came from these Christian prisons and was sent over here. You understand what I'm saying? So we, man, come on, man. We at the end of the day, man, don't let nobody accept you as being no damn American descendant of no damn slave, man. Like the more and more I think about that shit, the more and more it sounds so damn foolish to the core. You could have used anything to identify blacks that been in America before 1865 or before really 1965. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Because we know that the majority of these people came here after 1965. You know what I'm saying? Whether you came from the Caribbean, you came from Africa, you came from Central, South America. We know the majority of the people that's here now in this country, that's in North America or that's presiding in the United States. See, I only can speak for the United States because that's where I'm from. But as an American or as someone who's from the continent, I can speak about everybody. I can speak about people who was in Central America. I can speak about the brothers and sisters in the Caribbean as well as everything. But as far as, like I said, when we speak about here in North America, could have came with a much better term to identify us. You wouldn't say American descendants of a crackhead, or you wouldn't say, you know what I'm saying, American descendants of the civil rights era. You wouldn't use that to define a whole history of people. You wouldn't. You wouldn't use that to define American history of people. You could even say American, you could say indigenous Americans or indigenous. Like I said, a lot of people get away from that word black, don't like to use the descriptive terms, but you know what I'm saying? Indigenous Black American. It could have been something like, but American descendants of slaves is a fucking. I'm not saying it's a joke in the sense that you got people who really believe in that and really, the concept of it that Black Americans need to have something of their own. And, most of the people that rock with me, that's, what I'm saying, from different parts of America, they understand because, you have a culture outside of the culture. If you come here and you embrace so-called Black American culture, outside of Black American culture that you have a culture in which your forefathers created. You know what I'm saying? And you relate to that culture from shit damn near every day. If I see you riding with your flag in your car, that's showing me that where you from. You know what I'm saying? But us, like our only thing that basically identifies us is what? Is slavery. That's it. It's slavery. But like I said, man, educate yourself, look up some of these terms, go back to the basics, because this is where we started from, looking up terms and etymology and looking up some of these terms to see what they identify. Little simple words like the word colonization, you'll understand. You know what I'm saying? You'll get a greater understanding. So definitely look these up, man. And like I said, the last video that I shot probably about a month and a half ago, you know, um, like I said, man, much love to everybody. I did get a little emotional about certain things or that we was discussing that day. But like I said, man, we still learning a lot of this stuff. It definitely picks at you. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, yeah, man, we got a greater understanding. Like I said, I shout out to brother Coda doing the build on the Byzantine Empire, to where I was able to get because I didn't look, I never thought about, damn, these niggas are the Romans and the fucking Greeks, man. I never thought about it, never in a million fucking years, man. Um, and like I said, how it even relates to the so-called Moors, or when you say black, let's say blacks or whatever you want to use, melanated or melanated people who was living in Spain and Portugal. You never understood how they came in and took over that and pushed them people out. And then we assume that they are all part of the same organization. And the same people who pushed the so-called Moors that was in Spain, Portugal, or whatever, and made them convert to Christianity, are the same people who came here and did what they did. Because your favorite pastor is a Christian today, or not your favorite pastor, or people who listening, you have a Christian leader. At the end of the day, you have a Christian leader. All these churches and shit is set up by Christianity, and all of that is the Byzantine, the Roman Empire, and the Greek Empire. So with that being said, man, hopefully you guys learned something, man. Hopefully we all learned something, man. Um, let me see. Protestant protests in the church say what Matt current. Yeah. No doubt, Blue. What's good with you, my brother? Um, that's right, indeed. But that's the difference, man. And like I said, most you Moors that's out here, man, you need to come from a standpoint to where if you is from America, explain that to the Aborigines, man, and stop connecting them to other places of the world because people they don't understand that shit. They don't understand it when you say, "Oh, everybody was a Moor, this person was a Moor," and then you connect it. See, you got people connecting the Moors, and like I said, I'm not even saying connecting because you got so-called Moors themselves who call themselves Canaanites and Moabs and all this other. That's on them. That's what they. That's their belief into it. I have a belief that the Ishmaelites descend from Sarah and Abraham, and they are the ones we call the Saracens, or whatever. And but they was also rocking with the other Hebrews or the other Israelites. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, a lot of that shit get confusing until you really study it for yourself and you really get a greater understanding and you read it or whatever. But a lot of people connect the Moors to Moab and Canaan. Like, nah, it's just the same way we use the term black and use the term Negro. That was a term that was applied to any dark skin or dark skin complexion person. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. And like I said, at the end of the day, that's how the same way we say, oh, that's a black, oh yeah, he black, yeah, he black, he black, that's a black man, or whatever. That's how the term was applied at one point in time. We might not invented the term. We might not even like the term, like you see Martin Lawrence in Black Knight. But at the end of the day, it was definitely a term that was used and applied to you. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, that this is like the term black. That's like the term Negro. Just like, you know what I'm saying? Just like a lot of terms. And people today accept these terms: color, Negro, black. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, at the end of the day, you have to find something that suits you because everybody else got an identity and they throw that shit up in your face. They make sure they throw up in their face of where they from and their origins or what they identify as or whatever. Meanwhile, your ass ain't got no identity. Your ass Negro, black, and colored. And you know what I'm saying? And we trying to get a greater understanding at this point in time. But if you're going to do this Aborigine thing, man, definitely at least find a way to, you know what I'm saying, claim your identity and identify as that and live. And like my man said, if you fucking smoke weed, try not to pay tax on a blunt wrap because Indians is not taxed. You know what I'm saying? And that's the truth of the matter. The ones that really how you say what's that term they call when you resend all your information, you ex parte or expatriate or whatever. Them are Indians not taxed, man. The ones that expatriate, because Indians ain't never supposed to be enumerated. They ain't never supposed to be counted. They ain't never supposed to be taxed. Tax means a lot of different things or whatever though, but you have to pretty much understand what that term means. You know what I'm saying? So, for the most day, that's where I'm reaching for. Like, you got people who signed up for this shit, man. You got people who signed up for it, and then you got other people who acquiesce to it. Then you got other people who was forcibly these terms applied to them, and they never corrected their stat, even though you have an opportunity to do that. So with that being said, that's where most of this shit is for educational and entertainment purposes. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, we try and go back and really look over history, and we see that there's numerous lies, there's numerous different how do you want to say synonyms and antonyms in which they use at any given time, and then they put these terms on. How the fuck did the term slave get applied to us when 100 years ago the word Slav was a fucking European or some a Slavic? Then that's any of the Europeans. They try to make it seem like, oh no, the Slavs was just Russian. No, motherfucker, the Slavs is all the Europeans, nigga. Don't act like these niggas ain't bring them people. The people we see in Europe now, they came from somewhere in the mountains somewhere, and someone brought them down. Either they tried to invade and got conquered, or either they was invaded and they was brought down there. However we look at it, all of the people who was in Europe and all peoples in Europe and the Iberian Peninsula and North Africa. You remember they try to make North Africa seem like it was Egypt and uh, um Morocco, which it was, but it was no Morocco at that point in time. But North Africa is Italy, Sicily, France, Spain. All of that shit is north of Africa. Because even when you see Carthage, where's Carthage? According to them, because I think they rewrote that shit too. I think all of that shit exactly started in the Americas, man. Everything started from over here. Everything. You find woolly mammoths here, ain't nobody walk no damn big ass giant fucking elephants across no damn hills and brought them here. They was already here. They was already here. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, I don't know when next time I do another bill, but guess what? Culture freedom is getting closer and closer. And shit, I'm damn near, I'm gonna say I'm 40% away from putting it out there. I do got a trailer, but I want to redo the trailer. I didn't like the way the trailer came out. But yeah, I got a trailer. I'm actually gonna try to put the trailer up this week. But yeah, definitely, man. Shout out to everybody who donated and the people who helped me. Um, as far as culture freedom, shout out to everybody in the chat room. Shout out to all the brothers, sisters, all the Aborigines, even the ones that don't agree with what I say, even the ones that have a problem with me about the term more or whatever. But yeah, like I said, at the end of the day, I'm not none of that. I'm not no more from Spain. I'm not no more from North Africa. I'm not no more from I'm not no more from the MST of America. But did this now Drew Ali? Was it people believe Drew Ali existed or not? No, I really don't. Because I look at the energy of shit. I look at the what energy did he come with? His energy today. What can we see in the 1920s? We could see Walter Plecker and all these eugenics or whatever, or we can see all of them trying to apply the term color and Negro onto you without your consent. Okay, what do we also see? We see a brother coming at that time saying, "No, you're not Negro, black, and color." Was it you disagree with the term that he applied to you, or was he not? One thing we can't agree with that we not Negro, black, and color, and this is the term in which they was putting this shit on our birth certificate at the same time that this man was so-called walking, or people was telling myths or telling you want to say Drew Ali stories or whatever the fuck you want to say, because people don't believe Walk the Planet. People don't believe there's no evidence. People don't believe he has no burial site. And like I said, I cannot prove that neither because I have never seen it. But one thing I can prove, they said that he said that you're not Negro, black, and color. And then Negro, black, and color is what put us under the Negro, black, and color is what made you renounce your tribal rule and come within their territory, and now you are classified as colored on the enumeration or the census. So understand that by you consenting to be Negro, black, and colored, now you're Indian that has renounced their tribal rule and living within state territory, and now you're to be classified under column 6 as colored. As simple as that. As simple as that. I might not agree with none of the other shit Drew Ali said, but I agree with him. I agree with whoever. Like I said, they said that he said that you wasn't Negro, black, and color. That's the only, I could agree with him on that. I don't agree with the North African shit. I don't agree with some of the other stuff, but that's all I need to agree with. Find my nationality. My nationality is I'm an American. Even though people say that this is a continent, I'm from the northern hemisphere of America. Some people say the western hemisphere. I say the northern hemisphere. Because you remember you got North, South, Central America. So from the northern hemisphere or Northern Territory, or I mean the Northern Territory, America, and the southern regions, the SEC. Okay, so that's my greater understanding of everything. And that's, like I said, even when you deal with, I take something from all this shit. Because even for me, studying, listening to Dr. Ben and John Henry Clark is what got us here talking about we Aborigines, man. Because from from Dr. Ben and John Henry Clark, guess who I found? Van Sertima. You know what I'm saying? And after listening to Van Sertima, guess who else I found? All of these other authors that came as a result of Van Sertima work. And from Van Sertima, guess who else we found? Harvest Butler. And from Van Sertima, guess who else I found? People like the Duke of Tiz, people like Taj Tariq, whether you agree with them or you don't agree with them. But I never knew nothing about etymology prior to that. And like I said, man, I like the even the people who send me stuff through email or try to correct me that we go back and forth with. And when I get out of my emotions, and if I sit there and I think about the shit and the shit is right, I come back and I apologize to anybody. Or I say, look, man, I was wrong about this, man. I got that I got that wrong. And I'll let the people know. I have no problem with that. Never did, never will. Never did, never will. So, that's that. Definitely, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, a good video I was watching the other day was with Kerry Davis and the brother Rick Moon. And the brother Rick Moon got 10 points or 10 vocabulary words. I think he said which don't use or something. Check the video out. It's a definitely good video. And the brother definitely was dropping some shit. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm starting to see a lot of them brothers start to go with the little legal terminology. But at one point in time, I know brothers who did that shit too. So, but definitely check the video out. He got 10 points saying stuff like native and tribe. And like I said, a lot of this stuff, man, we never called us. We never called ourselves Indians neither. But if you can use that, Indians not taxed. First Amendment, the Article 1, Section 2, Indians not taxed. You can use that. So, also, and another thing too, real quick too, look, let me show y'all something too that a lot of people be using that I noticed that. Let me see something. What is this? Now it's this one. And it's the 1866. All right, so look. I know this is the second page. Hold on, let me see. First page. Look. But the first thing it says, it's a 39th Congress. It's in 1866. All right, so this is the preamble. It's saying an act to protect all persons in the United States in their civil rights and to furnish the means of their vindications, right? Now I say right here, it say be enacted by Senate, House, and representatives, right? All right. It said of the United States of America in Congress that all person born within the United States and not subject to any foreign power, excluding Indians, not taxed. Okay, excluding Indians, not taxed. Okay, so it's saying that most people who basically gave up, it's saying are born in the United States and not subject of any foreign power, meaning if you came from China or any of the other places, it said excluding Indians not taxed. Now look, are hereby declared to be citizens of the United States, okay, excluding Indians and not taxed. All right. Like I said, shout out to the brother. And this is the shit that people was telling me to use. But this shit right here ain't nothing but the 14th Amendment. This is just another overdraft for the 14th Amendment. Because it tells you right here, it tells you, look, it's saying, and be in further enacted that any person who under color of law, statute, ordinance, regulations, or custom shall be subject or cause to be subjected any inhabitant of any state or territory to deprive the rights of secure protection. But this also tells you that you can't be deprived of the right, but it also tells you that you still under their jurisdiction as well. But except the only people who not under their jurisdiction will be these people right here. You know what I say, man? Shout out to the brother, man, for definitely bringing this, sitting and listening to this in the classroom. I mean, not in the classroom, but just on the bill or whatever. School Indians not taxed. Okay? So, like I said, man, I'm a learner. I don't know everything. I sit back and I learn. But I take information while you get an opportunity to get it, because a lot of information that I have been fortunate to run across is the same information I see people charging. I'm talking about thousands, I mean hundreds, you know what I'm saying? Just time alone, people be charging. So I know that for a fact. You know what I'm saying? I know that for a motherfucking fact. So with that being said, man, I'm about to conclude this video. I gotta get up out. I got some things I need to do. Um, yeah, like I said, if you like to donate, just go buy yourself a T-shirt, because I'm using for that to further fund the rest of Culture Freedom. But for the most part, thank everybody who supported, everybody who went through, cop a T-shirt, even people who gave up their hard work or hard earnings to, you know what I'm saying, to send me for donations. I definitely appreciate y'all. And like I said, I definitely appreciate all the Aborigines, North, South, and everybody. At the end of the day, regardless of whatever our disagreements are, you know what I'm saying, definitely love you guys. And like I said, we don't need to keep creating these further divisions by someone ideology or what they may believe. You know what I'm saying? But then again, you have to, because you can't let that person oppose. You can't let that person oppose what they believe on as well. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you gotta have some type of identity of yourself and know who the hell you are. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, y'all already know who this is. You already know what this about. With 250 million old piece, Africa found this other. Yeah, man, the shit. They found the hammer that was four. They found the damn hammer that was 40 million years old, man, in Texas, man. Now they saying that Lucia is on. I mean, they saying that damn Australopithecus or whatever is only 3 million years old, and that's a damn fucking animal. You understand? Peace, AP. What's good with you, my brother? Got Chief Holiday in the building. Yeah, but they saying that you found the damn hammer over here. Found a damn hammer over here that was 40 million years old. But yeah, you saying that people was only using tools for the last what, Chief, about 50,000 years? They 10. Some people say 10,000 years is the oldest that people was using tools. Or within, I think it's within a 50,000 year, within 50,000 year span. You saying Louisiana is not black folk? What do you mean Louisiana not black folks? What are you talking about? You talking about Lucy that they find in Africa, which is a primate, or Lucia that they find in what region was that? Lagosta, some whatever region of Brazil. You talking about that Lucia, or you talking about Lucy? Which one you talking about? Yeah, yeah. No, 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 no. You said Lucia. It's- Nah, B. Lucia is a damn skeleton that you find in Brazil that even shows that black people was there. Lucy, Lucy, shit, that motherfucker look like Bigfoot with a damn with a Caesar, with a shape up and shit. Lucy look like oh, you talking about Lucy? Yeah, all right. Lucy looked like a damn a gorilla with a shape up. That motherfucker look funny than a motherfucker, yo. Lucy looked like a gorilla with a damn shape up, yo. And they talking about that. That's 3 million years old and shit. Like I said, man, they jacking us for all this shit. And another piece, like I said, look, even when you look at Dora and them motherfucking them Mongols that's over in Mexico is the same piece. They jacking our shit too. You understand what I'm saying? They try to show you, oh, Dora a personal color, but is Dora from the same? Is Dora from the same motherfucking ethnicity or the same race of people you from? Not the same fucking people. You know what I'm saying? Um, Her name should be motherfucking Lakeisha or something, running around you know what I'm saying, excavating these pyramids and the ruins over there. But guess what though? We haven't created one of them yet because we don't think we was over there. We think we was only in Africa, where Africa is a primitive nothing. It's nothing there outside of Egypt. What do people talk about in Africa? Oh, Africa got beautiful. We got mangoes here. We got all that shit you find over there. But yet we got greater civilizations that was found here. And like I said, I mean, I ain't shitting on nobody, but I really don't care about nobody else's history. But don't compare my history to that primitive shit over there. And then these people come over here like they the top notch of the top notch when we created everything from taking your heart out to everything. We created all this shit, man. Glaucoma machines, the gamma rays for the damn foam, every damn thing. We created every motherfucking thing. But yet, guess what? You don't have that technology in your hand. Your greatest technology is a rap video of Jay-Z or one of the other clowns that's running around here with their pants sagging or whatever. And I was listening to Boyce Watkins. He said that the dude Taco Fall, it's a basketball player. I think he played for the Celtics. And he said his name is Taco Falls. Big, tall black dude, right? I think he about 7'6", right? He said if he had a choice to be LeBron James and be Steve Jobs, who would he be? He said he would be Steve Jobs. Right now, look, and then so Boyce Watkins was giving him like, yeah, man, that's what's up, man. If I had Taco Falls, and he kept on big up in this dude. But remember, Taco Falls come from a fucking village where his whole program is not Jay-Z. His mother and them don't, his mother and them is not like our family or like some of us that when a kid get in a car, they turn up the music and then get us all caught up. Like I said, that's our music too, but some of the shit is negative. And some of the lifestyle itself that's promoting is negative. You don't come from a region of where people all we promote is drug dealers and nice cars that you ain't gonna never be able to get working on 9 to 5. The only way you're gonna be able to get that car in this civilization is either by robbing or by educating yourself and kissing ass. And I ain't even want to say by even kissing ass to a standpoint, because you can work a regular job and not even say shit to your coworkers and still be able to get stuff like that. But for the most part, any of these luxury vehicles that you see over $100,000, don't nobody make that much money to be able to afford to get none of this stuff. Or you don't even we don't honestly, black people don't we can't even afford to buy a pair of Timberlands once a month or buy a pair of Jordan once a month. We can't even really afford to pay. And I see the difference from the people who have and the people who have nots. Okay, because I see that people, like, I sit back and I watch my coworker, right? And I mean, this was when I was working doing something else, when I was working construction. So watch this nigga save. I mean, like, he's a corny dude. I can't do what he was doing, but it just was a greater understanding. I was looking at, because he don't come from the same culture we come from. So of course he could come here and save all this money, and instead of buying that one outfit for a weekend or whatever, and then that's the type of shit we do, and we do that working. We go buy one outfit, and then the next week we gotta fucking take. The next week we gotta struggle. We can't eat lunch or whatever because we done bought some sneakers or bought some shit that we had no business doing, as opposed to get saving that money and letting it stack. You know what I'm saying? If that's your preference, if that's what you prefer to do, some people don't care about money like that. But if you're working for it and you could do and you could have a use for it, put it up for another day. But like I said, so back to what Voice Walk, he was saying that the dude tackle fall, or he said, yeah, he's from Africa. He said he wanted to be into tech, and he was bigging him up for what he said instead of saying, well, damn, you know what? Why are people not like that? Oh, because our culture is influenced by these motherfuckers that push this same shit, that push this bullshit, that keep us at the level of being a Negro. You can't grow to be nothing bigger than a Negro because you don't study nothing. If you study shit, you would know you're not a Negro. And like I said, we use that term interchangeable, but officially, when someone calls you that, you will correct them quick. No, you black or you're African. I'm not no African. You will correct them quick, but because you think you're a Negro, and that's the reason why we in a lot of these situations, and that's the reason why Boyce Watkins said what he said about he was big up in the basketball player, like, oh, he's so much smarter than our kids. He want to be a technical engineer as opposed to being a basketball player or whatever. Listen, if our kids had other options besides entertainment and besides athletes and entertainment, music is entertainment and acting is entertainment. We done did the extraordinary things, but they don't want all of us to have that same mentality, because that means that it will be over with for them. I just told you who was the Slav. So we know that the Europeans that got your mind state thinking you a slave now. You think they want to go back into that condition they was in? You think they want to go back into the her rooms and all that shit, that the condition that they was in? No, they don't. So of course they gonna make sure you don't have it. And like I said, I mean, maybe I could be wrong, but that's the perception to what I see as far as everything now. Yeah, hey, that don't. I'm a recon. I don't. I mean, like he said, you're descendant of Moab. See, see, and that's a lot of things. That's another thing. You got people who in this community who, with the religious paradigm, believe everything that was written in that book. No, why the fuck you think the King James Bible didn't come until the 1800s, man? Because they was collecting all of the petroglyphs and stuff that they found in Americas over here, and all of the stuff that they found over here, and then took it and then re they translated the Hebrewic, what's the name, and translated into another something, and then gave it back to us. But they gave it back to you with the face of Caesar Borgia on it. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the Bible is a book of different cultures, man. It's a book of different cultures. It ain't got nothing to do with no Christianity. It ain't got nothing to do with none of it. Ain't got nothing to do with no religion. All it has to do with them are all different faiths of what people believed in. You know what I'm saying? And even over here, we read about the Nazi, and how the Nazi, they had a similar tradition to what they was doing when they was how you say, they were the firstborn child to Moab, or well, not to what the fuck they call that damn thing? Bless, or what the fuck do they call that? The bull, or whatever the fuck they be, you know what I'm saying? They was They were sacrificing their firstborn child. We seen the same thing in the Nazi culture over here. The same exact shit. The same exact shit. We find blessed in South America. The same fucking thing you find over in Egypt, you find over here. And like I said, and like, some people take the Bible too literally to the point to where we at now, man. We believe that a dude had a red son, a black son, and a white son. I don't believe in no damn sim. I don't believe in the contents of how they put it, because there is no Africa. So that's the whole thing. They wasn't even calling it Africa. So how the fuck do people equate Africa into the equation and say, well, okay, well, what was that land called? It's not saying Barbaria. It's not saying Kemet. What land? What was the land of Africa? What was the land that we assimilate? I mean, that we assume to be Africa. What was that land called? What was it called in the Bible? It wasn't Eden, because Eden is in the Americas. So, like I said, a lot of stuff, man, you can't believe, man. I mean, you got certain people who think that the Moors got something to do with Moab, and that's on them. That's not my understanding. My understanding that the Canaanites was black. The Moabites was black. Yeah, the Moabites was black. The Canaanites was black. If you believe they existed, or if you believe that this shit is real, they was black people. Yes, yeah, okay. So what's the synonym for black? Oh, the word Moor. Okay, so the Canaanite. I'm gonna say that the Canaanites and the Moabs, yeah, they was Moors, because they ain't Moor synonym for black. I could use the term black and say, oh, the Canaanites was black, and the Canaanites was and the Moabs was black too, right? But then if I say that, oh, the Canaanites was Moors and the Moabites was Moors, even though we know damn well that the word Moor is a synonym for the word Negro, but you got some stupid niggas that keep saying, I'm not from North Africa, I'm not from North Africa, I'm not from North Africa. So I don't know. And like I said, that's the fucking truth. Laboria, there is no Africa. I just showed y'all where the Iberian Peninsula is at. That's where they equate the so-called Moors of being at, in the Iberian Peninsula, which is actually the top of what we consider to be Africa. That's where most the story of what we all is that's where all of the stories that we get from the Moors are where they from. They from the Iberian Peninsula. So most people, when they get these stories of the Moor, they say North Africa. North Africa is the Iberian Peninsula. There is no Africa though. Remember that. We go to the etymology of the word Africa. They're gonna say from unknown origins. There ain't gonna be a date on our far. And then, like I said, the Phoenicians, which lived in Tunisia, or the Carthaginians, which we assimilate with, which we assume with being the Carthaginians and the Phoenicians and all these people, they was all up in that same area, as well as the Romans, as well as the Greeks. They was all up in the Iberian Peninsula. And then, like I said, so when we say we already said it was no such thing as Africa. So there can't be a north of Africa if there's no such thing as Africa, period. But then, like I said, even when you see the understanding of it, when you see why are they clearly saying that the motherfucker they found in Florida is not an African, but they said the more, like I said, it's just a lot, man. You have to understand. I just went through a whole video showing you the difference between the Christians and the so-called Arabics. I also went down and showed you that the Christians or the Greeks and the Romans are also called so-called Moors, which are also so-called black people, or also so-called colored people, or also so-called Negroes, or also so-called whatever you want to use to describe that these people look similar to us. That's it. Whatever you want to use to describe that. But that's the whole thing. It's a descriptive term. It's not a group of people who just practice Islam or practice Christianity or practice what you want to say I don't know what the Israelites or whatever. They wasn't just one people. It was a descriptive term of black people. That's it. And these are all different empires. There's no one more empire, no more than there's no more. I mean, no whole Christian empire. The Christian, like I said, we know that the Christians conquered all of these other empires as well and made them um conform to Christianity. We do understand that. So that's it, man. With that, when it comes to that, I think I done did a good build on it. I explained to you that, I mean, under my understanding, and I did this shit just in bonus because the last video just to get you started, so we can get old past a lot of shit, so we can get to the new shit or whatever. But just to get past it, more ain't got nothing to do with just the MSTA America. It ain't just got nothing to do with just the Spain and Portugal. It ain't just got nothing to do with the Iberian Peninsula. It ain't got nothing to do with it. It's just a descriptive term in which they call people. When a lot of these so-called temple Moors or these Christian Moors or these religious Moors use it, they don't clarify that. So you'll get it from a person who you assume to be a person who claiming to be a Moor, but he don't know his motherfucking self. Because the other night when Chief Holiday asked Canaanite Moors, like, yo, are you Canaanites? And they was like, yeah, but you don't. When you say that, then you putting yourself in a biblical term or whatever, and that's not what the term. You know what I'm saying? You know, I seen Cormel making a bunch of videos or making some videos to my Moab and Canaanites, and that's coming from the biblical standpoint. You don't have to come from a biblical standpoint. We got a dictionary that says it's a synonym for dark skin complexion person. That's it. That's it. And now, and if, like I said, and if you see how they use it in history, and if you see that term being applied to people here in North America, why is it applied to, if a motherfucker travel from that region, which we would assume to be North Africa, and come to a whole other different land, and then apply that to the people here, it ain't had nothing to do with it ain't had nothing to do with no geographical landmass. It has something to do with a descriptive term. And that's the part that people just can't get over. They can't get over that part. And that's the shit that make me argue the shit the more, because I'm like, yo, we should be past that part on the North Africa shit, because we already said there's no such thing as Africa. There's no North Africa. There's not just one empire of anybody. There's not just one all European empire, or like I said, all of these empires, the Roman Empire with black people, the so-called Arabs that was in Spain and Portugal, they was black people. The Phoenicians was black people, as well as the Carthaginians was black people. The Egyptians was black people. All these people, what we would consider to be black people. But to someone who is a Moor, being as though they don't use the term black, they sub the word black with the word Moor. Shit, like, I mean, what part? Get past the part of you have to be someone who practice Islam, or you have to be a Hebrew, or you have to be a Christian, or you have to be someone from India, or whatever these numerous different faiths of people, whatever these numerous different faiths, you can always find one person in there who will be considered a so-called Moor, or that person could be considered a black person. Because if if I go and let's say I look up black Chinese people to someone who is, who considers themselves to be more, they would say that's a Moor. They would say, they wouldn't use the term, oh, he's a black Chinese, or nothing to that. They would just say Moor, and then most people will be just in confusion. They will be confused, like, man, that ain't nothing. And then that's where all the confusion start, because a lot of these so-called niggas who claim they Moors, they don't understand their motherfucking self what the hell they be talking about, which leave them for room to be critiqued, to say, well, are you from Moab, or are you from Canaan? Now, you will already understand. There's no way you can prove you from them bloodlines. There's no way you can prove it. Just the same thing like Canaanite Moore was saying the other day, that was wrong, talking about Moore is a bloodline. No, it's not a bloodline, because you got a lot of bloodline of different black people. So it can't be one particular bloodline. And that's why a lot of people have confusion when it comes to niggas who be running around here talking about that shit. Because he said it was a bloodline, and people, well, what bloodline would it be particular from? If I just told you the Byzantine Empire is the Greeks and the Romans, which they are Moors, they are also the same ones that was in Italy and Sicily, which they are Moors. Also, you consider the people that was in Spain and Andalusia, they're Moors, but there's more than two different faiths. And it showed you that if the Christians and these people was the same empire, then why the Christians conquer the ones that was in Spain and Portugal? And this is the confusion shit. Because now you saying that it's a bloodline. So what bloodline are you from? Are you from the ones that, so all of the more that the so-called blacks or so-called melanated people that was in Spain, Portugal, and the Iberian Peninsula, including the Carthaginian, all of these different places. You understand what I'm saying? They are nothing but what we consider to be black people. That's it. That's it. And there's no one bloodline. Our bloodline, us here in America, our bloodline is from here in the Americas. Now, like I said, we left from the Americas and went and seeked out different places and taught different people. That's what I think. I think we went to Rome. I ain't gonna say Rome. I'm sorry. I think, like, when you see Russia and you see that book, that Russian icon book, and you see all these black people that were supposed to be in the Bible with these afro and all that. These are people who came. We left from the Americas and went over there, because you find pyramids in Russia too. Okay, we left from the Americas and went over there and did that shit first. Now, like I said, I don't know. I don't know. Did the experiment start in America, or did the experiment start over there on that continent, what we call, whatever you want to call that continent over there? We'll call Africa part of Europe, or Europe part of Africa, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, whatever that continent. Did the experiment start over there? Because we know we dealing with two different people. And a lot of them black people that's over there too was created by us. They're robotic too. A lot of them was created too by us. Yes, a lot of blacks or a lot of people who you see that has the same description as you, that, when you look in the mirror and you see that you have dark skin, and when you look in the mirror and you see that you have how do you say, a kinky style of hair that's different from certain other people that we find on the planet. When you look at your face and you see you have a broad nose, and you look at your face and you see that you have thick type lips. All of us don't have thick lips. All of us don't have the broadest nose as well. But when we do see our complexion, and we do see some of the color, or see some of the shades that we come in, when we see that, we identify with that as today as being someone that's turned black. Okay, whether it's a black that come from any person who looks like a black person, we're going to say they black. If we see a motherfucker who Russian and he look like Chief Holiday, we gonna say he's black. If we see a nigga who's Chinese and he looks like Chief Holiday, we gonna say he's Chinese. If we see a nigga from Iran and he look like Chief Holiday, we're gonna say he's black. So wherever we see a person who look like us, the term we're going to use for them today is going to be black. But the term that people use prior to that, and that's another thing too, you can't say it's white people that's calling people Moors, because it was no white people in charge back then. So it had to be other black people who was calling people this. Yeah. Yeah. Get that shit out your mind, because Europeans didn't come into power until the late 1800s. After that whole fucking 1865, whatever the hell you want to say, Civil War or whatever. Yeah, they was warring with us the whole time they been here. But after the 1800s is when these people really got on power. So whoever was calling the people Moors or whoever was referring to them was other black people who was referring to these people as that. There's other black people who were referring to them as that. Because I just showed you the whole Byzantine Empire, I just showed you black Romans, just showed you the black Christians, just showed you all these people, just showed you the Byzantine flag, showed you the Roman flag, showed you the shit was the same, showed you that same flag is in fucking New Mexico or Mexico City, which we call Mexico City or Tenochtitlan land. We seen that same flag flying outside of that. We seen a similar image to the Byzantine Empire with the so-called planters or the so-called Europeans that came here that was doing business with us, that was trading for tobacco with us. See, because you look at these people on these plantations, you automatically think that they would know that person is working to get together the product so we can trade and barter something else. That's it. Yeah, they working for me. But that person is basically just trading the product, is getting the product together so we can go take this and go trade for something else. And that's it. That's all that was going on. Even when you see that, who gonna be the people in charge of that? Think of it like this, right? Let's think of this real quick, right? Let me share my screen real quick. I'm gonna give y'all a little bonus real quick before I get out of here. So I ain't been here in a minute. And this will give you somewhat of an understanding to where we at, right? All right. So let me click on this. Hold up. Click on this real quick. And we're gonna leave. We're gonna get out of here with this. All right. So you see this image right here? So I got another image similar to it. Look, same image. One just got the feather crown on, one don't. Well, then again, no, it's not the same exact because I got another image just like this one that's similar to it. All right. But here it is, like my man said, you got the barrels or whatever. This is what we was trading, the tobacco or whatever. And he is the buyer. He's waiting for you to put together. He's waiting for his package so he can trade or whatever situation we had with this individual right here. Now, most people would see this like, oh, this is a white slave owner or whatever. But yes, this is part of the Catholics, that the Christians that came here that was doing business with some of the Indians. Now, you got Indians like this who was doing business with them, and then you got other Indians that as soon as they see them was off with their head and they was warring with them. And as a result to some of the wars that with the Indians that was when they seen these people on sight and it was off with their head, they enslaved them people, and them people later, I mean, well, they know from the casualties or the people who was captured, they are now considered to be what we assume as slaves, but they're original prisoners of war. All right, so now these people doing business with the Europeans, which these are all Catholics and Christians or whatever, they're doing business with them. And what I think, according to the history of what we've been studying, is that you had other Indians who didn't want to do business with them, and in which that these Indians was warring against them, and then these Indians was helping them because they was doing business with them. So a lot of stuff, and then I don't know. Then they was bringing people here, making these people work on these fields, making these other Europeans that was in the prison, and because that's where they get all that shit from. You working in prison, they getting all that from people, from these so-called people coming out of these prisons in Europe. And like I said, so what was they doing? They was bringing these people here, and these people had these crazy practices, and what they was doing, they was getting locked up, and a lot of other different things that they was doing in Europe. So they let a lot of them people say, well, I don't know if exactly this is how it goes, but I'm assuming that if you want to get your freedom, you got to go to the Americas and work for a certain amount of years, and you could get your freedom. Okay, and these are the Europeans in which that came here, and like you said, you know what I'm saying. But to look at this picture right here, like I said, the same bird, similar bird. He been shaved, but he don't have the wings. But this is the same motherfucking bird that we see. Same similar type joint right here. And this ain't the only bird there is like that, because then you got the other ones like these. You got these. These another offspring of it. And like I said, look, where's the Byzantine Empire at? Look, the Byzantine Empire. Look where the Byzantine Empire at. This is North Africa right here. You see this? Byzantine Empire. This is North Africa right here. This is all North. Everywhere we see this empire, where you see the green and the purple at, this is the Byzantine Empire. This is where This is where you assume and say that the Moors are from. This is North Africa right here, Money Grip. This is a Byzantine Empire. Okay, but the Romans and the Greeks and all that shit was over here. Then you had a totally different empire that was over here. This empire from over here came and conquered this empire over here, and basically had these people convert. I think they captured the dude Muhammad brother, and then he sold them the land because this land belonged to them. But when they tell you that he gave Queen Isabella and Charles the Hammer, or Charles what the fuck is his name? I can't think of his name. I can't think of his name. Charles the Hammer. Let's just say Charles the Hammer. And they basically sold Andalusia and all of this shit to the Christians. Okay, after the Christian Empire came, and basically after most all these people converted into Christianity, and then Christians start getting numbers, then the Christians start looking to push the Muslims out. And when we say Muslims only mean one submit themselves to the will of the all. The will of the all is what? What would be the will of the all? The same thing the will of the all would be for someone who believe in the Most High. The same thing. Submit yourself to being a nobleman, or someone who believe in justice, or what do we say justice? Even if you believe in the Ten Commandments, because where was the Ten Commandments found at? In the Americas. So all of the biblical stories had to come from the Americas. The oldest Ten Commandments scripture was found in America. So the oldest Ten Commandments is found in over here, meaning that if that shit is in the King James Bible, meaning after the Christians and these people that came from over here, after they came here and went went into the Incas, and because we can show you Charles V is Carlos Quinto. He the same individual. So Charles V is the same. They went over there, found all of this stuff, all of these traditions and culture that we had. They took it back over there and did what the fuck they did with it, and then brought it back to us and they consolidated it, brought it back to us, and they got us worshiping our own shit, but only in the form of that we are the conquered people, if you will. But that's pretty much my understanding of all this shit now. I didn't have an understanding. I didn't know what the difference is between the Catholics and the Christians, or the Muslims, or the so-called Israelite. I didn't know what the difference of it was at first. Now I understand. So, with that being said, man, definitely shout out to everybody in the chat room, loving light to everybody. Hopefully we got this shit right this time. Hopefully, and then we get off of that north. This is North Africa. North Africa is the Byzantine Empire. Okay, the Byzantine Empire became the Christians. The Byzantine Empire originally was the Romans and the Greeks. After they became the Romans and the Greeks, they became the Constantinople and the Byzantine Empire, and then now they are what will be what the shit. They still a Roman Empire because the Pope is under all that in Rome, where the Pope reside at in Rome. Who did the Pope apologize to? He apologized to the children of America for the whole so-called slavery thing, okay, or the prisoner of war thing, okay. Who we just said came here and did that? The Byzantine Empire. The Byzantine Empire is the Roman Empire, but the original Byzantine Empire was what we consider to be blacks, Negroes, people of color, or what other people assume to be Moors. And that's it. If you don't understand this shit after this, I don't know what to tell you. I don't the Moors that practice Islam or Arabic, or practice the Arabic Moors, are not the same Moors as the Byzantine and the Roman Empire. They're not the same people, unless some of them converted into that belief system, maybe. But if that's not the case, if they did not convert to that belief system, then there's some other shit going on. So that being said, man, I'm getting out of here, man. Been a long video. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Love and light to everybody. You like to donate, the link is in the description. You like to cop yourself something heavy to wear, Aboriginal and Tanchan, anything, the link is in the description. If you like to reach out to me, if you have a problem, if you just want to reach out to me and tell me fuck me, or I don't like your shit, Tanchan is one, or I don't like you, reach out to me. If you have any problem with what I said, you want to have a one-on-one on with me, or you want to talk to me, just leave your phone number when you email me, and I'll definitely give you a call. So with that being said, man, hopefully everything, as far as my understanding, I'm clear on it now. So, um, let me see something. It's man, what you say? Hold on, let me see. Let me see something. Hold on, I want to read what this brother said right here. It said, "Oh man, here we go with Moab saying they only ones that said world streets trying to no, saying other charts. All right, yeah, okay, I agree with that." Mm-hmm. I'm just reading through the chat room. So it say Al Young Future. Would say Maru, Maury, Morano, Amerique, Morocco, all the same. Hmm. See, I mean, that's the reason why a lot of these brothers and sisters is confused in the chat room, man, because a lot of them is like, you when you say that, you have to be able to like at least give a person an explanation to know where you coming from, so you can you have to, that has to be explained so a person will pretty much understand. When you say El Sheba, Sacrament, saying the Mormons. No, yeah, I know the Mormons got a lot of history here in this country. They got a lot of history. Hmm. Yeah, I can say I can. I mean, I agree with that too. But like I just said, that the people who call in, whoever the word more was another black person. It wasn't no white man. Wasn't no white man call nobody no more. Cause wasn't no white man ruling nothing. We just showed you the Byzantine, showed you the Roman Empire with black people. We just showed you King James and King George and even Queen Charlotte all the way up into the 1800s with all black people. Okay, all black people. We know that the people who reside within the original Sicily, Italy, Greek, Rome, Spain, Portugal, France, all of that. The original inhabitants of them people looked it like us. They was dark skin. We want to say dark skin complexion people, but some other people might say they were Moors. We might take a look at this picture and say that's a black man. That's a black man. You understand what I'm saying? That's just the difference to where my understanding to what I got. That's all I'm saying. So, um, what else? Let me see something else. Let me see what else y'all got. What you talking about, boy? We visit Connecticut. What are you talking about? What you mean, boy? We visit Connecticut? Hmm. I don't know what y'all going back and forth for. Yeah, alright. Fucking, I'll let that shit go. I don't know what y'all talking about. But let me see what you got. Where you go, El Boria? Why you ain't post that comment? He said, hold up, what you say? Our young future. He said, make sure Comel do a series of Moors in India and go how to leave my people El Boria alone, Noodle Streets. Boria been rocking with me for a long time. That's my motherfucking people. It's my family. You said, hold on, what you say, boy? You said no one believes that the Caribbeans get oppressed. Yeah, you know what though? They like, all right, all right. Let me just put it like this, right? You got two different types of Caribbeans here, just like you got two different types of black people here, or black Americans, right? So let's put that on top. And let me make the template for the coon, the black American coon, right? So the template for the coon will be the black American, right? All right, I will throw that out there, right? But we're saying people, Caribbeans do get oppressed here, but you got certain Caribbeans that have an option to go back to the place where they wasn't being oppressed at. And some people would say they were being oppressed there too, but saying that the oppression here is not the same as the oppression there. This is what some people say. I don't know. I haven't lived in the Caribbean long enough or been there long enough for me to see what oppression is done. Most of the oppression in the Caribbean is done by other black Caribbeans that is put there by, or we say the Christians or the Rome to basically oppress their own people the same way we being oppressed here by other black Christian other Christian pastors and all these other people. We've been oppressed here the same fucking way. So technically, yeah, sometimes people might leave their oppression where they at to come to a place where they not being oppressed under the same familiar face. You know what I'm saying? This oppression is done under a different person or a different place that you're not too familiar with or you're not too used to in other places, in other cases. So yeah, so that pretty much how I look at it. Do you got people, brothers and sisters that come here and mm, and feel as though it's different? Yeah, I know a lot of fucking Jamaicans, I know a lot of Jamaicans, a lot of Haitians. I even know a lot of Africans that come here and they feel oppressed. You got some, like I told you, the African dude at my job. He was like, man. One of the white dudes said to him, um, you you climbed out your tree this morning and shit, right? Like I told you, I told the dude who said that shit. I told that one because that nigga think me and him cool. The cracker who said that shit to the African dude, he thought me and him was cool. He thought me and him was cool enough to where if you said some shit like that, I wasn't going to have nothing to say to you or check with your ass. Man, listen, like I said, I smacked. I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna leave that off the air. But nonetheless, though, yeah, Caribbeans are oppressed. Of course, of course, they're oppressed. But some people put past their oppression to come for materialism. So if you can come here and work, if you could come here and become a nurse or become anything, go to school for anything, and you're able to kiss enough ass to where you can have these certain, but the thing about it is though, a lot of people come here and they talk down on Black Americans and say, oh, Black Americans don't want to work. Nah, it ain't that we don't want to work. We don't want to go through the bullshit you going through. We don't want to. A lot of people can live under poverty because we've been living under poverty so damn long. You know what I'm saying? And they like, fuck it, man. They ain't gonna, I rather sit home and do what I'm doing now than have a 9 to 5 and deal with all that fuck, or had a 9 to 5 or the career that you got and got to deal with all that bullshit. Because understand, some people who make a lot of money, they got a lot of baggage on them as a result to the shit they do. The more money you make, the more evil you have to be, or the more, you know what I'm saying, you have to be that type of person, man. You don't know too many people who make a lot of money that ain't doing, that's, you know what I'm saying, that ain't doing the devil's work. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I look at it, even here. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the biggest things, that we are disconnection of so-called Black Americans and so-called um brothers and sisters throughout the Americas, is the fact that, you know what I'm saying, where we at. If I change my geographic location and I move to Jamaica and I sit there in Jamaica and I'm like, man, I love it here. I love it there physically. I love it there, you know what I'm saying, mentally. But then I hate the part when I gotta go to work. I hate the part when, I got this manager that's a fucking asshole. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, there's a lot of variation. But yeah, Caribbeans get oppressed here. That's a fact. The only difference from them and us is that they can escape their oppression and go back to where they came from, and we can't. We're forced to be here and either deal with the oppression or fight the oppression, or whatever means it is to get the oppression off your ass. But like that's just like if you going somewhere, just like if you go over your aunt house every day and your aunt abuse you, or your aunt, let's say not abuse you, but just beat your ass. Let's say that you go over your aunt house every day and your aunt beat your ass. Now you going over there because you willingly have to go there. But at your house, at your house that you live in, your mother and them might not even fuck with you like that. You might, your mother and them don't never beat your ass at your house and them. But then you go over your aunt house and you want to go there and you get your ass beat. That's kind of similar to people when they come here, that they being oppressed because they have another option to go somewhere else. So that's just what people say, what most people say. But at the end of the day, man, we're all the same. We're all the same as far as, you know what I'm saying, some of our cultures and traditions, because shit, motherfuckers in the Caribbean eat oxtails and we do too. But do that means that we can't get a coon? We got motherfuckers in North America as coons. Do that means that we can't get a coon from the Caribbean? We can't call them out? Hell motherfucking no. Because a lot of niggas who come from the Caribbean and come from other places around the world are coons as well. Just like Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson and Steve Harvey, and a lot of these motherfuckers are coons. You get the same coons that come from other places. So let me get out of here, man. Like I said, you guys like to donate on anything, you like to go buy yourself t-shirt, link is in the description. You'd like to email me and curse me out or tell me. I could say that. I mean, you saying Haiti was about freeing black people across America. I mean, yeah, I mean, I could say that, but they was about freeing themselves first. Okay, they was about freeing themselves first. So Africans and Americans are not the same. Yeah, Miss Johnson, you right. We not the same. And shit. I mean, someone from South Carolina and someone from Louisiana ain't the same either. They have different customs, and we ain't ADOS. Never said we was American descendants of sloughs. You like for you to even call yourself a slave, meaning that you're uneducated, because you don't even know what the term mean. You know what I'm saying? You don't even unless you just accept what the term mean when you read it. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Being a Slav, you could be a Slav if you want. That's on you. But that must mean you didn't check the history book. I mean, you didn't check the dictionary, and you allowed yourself to be had. Someone told you you was a slave, and you believed it. You know what I'm saying? And then you telling everybody else, "Oh, now you're a descendant of slaves." So, hmm we are beefing over dumb shit. You right. All right, my peeps, man. I'm out of here, man. But until the next time, y'all. Like I said, man. Y'all already know where to find me at. Email me. You guys have anything to talk about, or but like I said, I'm trying to complete this documentary and get this shit out of here. And like I said, man, keep living to be an Indian that's not taxed. And you know what I'm saying, and not to be an original or aborigine or autochthonous to the landmass of what we call America. So with that being said, you already know what this is. You know who this is. You know what this is about. Hopefully, we don't have no more static going forward. And if you do, you can always email me and hit me up there. That being said, I'm out of here. Peace.